Hola. Hello, gamers. Wow. Marshwamp, thank you for 19 months of being an Axel for Homestuck in 2025. Sadie, thank you for a full year. And Leo, thank you for 9 months. Hello, gamers. It's Homestuck time. More likely than you think. It's true. I speak occasionally. So hi. Oh, wait. No, actually, this is correct. I'm just on the wrong music. But that's okay. Hi. Where my game at? There it is. All right. Homestuck? Yeah, that's right. In 2025, brother. You better believe it. So, today... Hi, I'm Crimzon Rulez. I'm Elysium's greatest monster in army, your least favorite idol. I'm the Midwest Fantasy VTuber, the resident Homestuck VTuber, the one, the only, the best last girl, the hero and villain of all of your own personal stories, even though for me it was just a Tuesday. I am the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. Best last girl, Big Mama, Big Papa. You know what? This list is too long. I'm tired of reading it. We're shortening the titles. The titles are going to be condensed. Let's say we'll condense them down to your least favorite idol. How about that? That sounds good to me. Anyway, today I'm going to be playing a little bit of PESTERQUEST. PESTERQUEST is a choose your own adventure sort of like, think of it like a dating sim, but it's not about dating. It's about friendship. Does that make sense? Yep. Good. Scribbles! Thank you for half a year being an Axel. Let's go! You're gonna dual wield reading the webcomic while having this open on your second monitor? Huh? Happy year of the Ruze stuck? I can respect that. I can't believe Ruze was Virgil all along. Yeah, it's true. I'm actually troll Virgil. I am the cringe that isn't proud. Just kidding. Anyway, so today I'm going to be playing a little bit of PESTERQUEST. PESTERQUEST is a strictly an alternate universe. It is not canonical, but it deals with canonical characters. So if you have not read the webcomic and you intend to at some point, I would recommend not watching this unless you don't care about having the characters themselves spoiled for you. Now, their arcs in the webcomic are not spoiled, mostly in this game. But the game does assume you know who the characters are. So, just throwing that out there. I don't remember what character we left off on. I'm going to be so for real with you right now. Does anybody else remember? I think I did all the kids' routes. And then I went over to the trolls. And I might have only done Karkat and Kanaya, maybe? Or maybe I got all the way through Vriska. Wow, no way. Sana, thank you for 4 months and welcome back. Enjoy lurking. I think I got all the way through Vriska, right? Mumate, you gotta go finish Homestuck. It's the rules. Mint Chocolate says, hi, Ruze. You brought me back to Homestuck. Thank you for that, I guess. Also, I see now. This is an isekai anime. Which timeline do I live in? You're in the Omega. You're not in the Alpha or the Beta universe. You're in the Omega universe. A Doom timeline. I'm so sorry. We're in the timeline where VTubers exist. That's how you know we're in a doomed offshoot timeline. Okay, so it looks like we've got Equius, Terezi, Tavros, and Aradia lined up for today, but I don't feel like doing that because I'm lazy and I'm going to be so for real with you guys. Since I forgot where we're at, I might just skip around a little bit. Why are they stuck in their homes? That's a great question. Thank you for 18 months, Gerald. It's because their homes get transported to an alternate dimension. I can't explain too much of this. All right, listen, here's the thing. I'm not going to go through too much trouble explaining the whole universe or the game to you guys today because I've done that many times before. Too many times before. So, instead... What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play the game, and we'll see how it goes. Now, who do I feel like going through today? could go through the alpha timeline kids, which are like the ancestors of the main 4 kids, if you guys remember them. I could do Sollux. I could do Eridan. I could do Tavros. I could do Terezi, Equius. These are all good. These are all good. Aradia. I could do Aradia. Hers is pretty good. Hers is a little spoilery, comparatively. What really is a home? The building, the surrounding yard, a whole planet. For the kids, it's their surrounding yard, for the most part. I've seen a lot of votes. I've seen a lot of Aradia, a little bit of Terezi, some Sollux, some Eridan, the Alpha Kids. Roxy, okay. Karkat for nostalgia. Whichever one is the cat girl, that is Nepeta. Who I'm not going to lie, I probably have an insufferable voice for, but I could probably do it. True. The lone Pfeffery fan right here. You're the only one, Grim Tuesday, the only one. There's cat girls in Homestuck? There is, yeah. More likely than you think. Didn't you already do Karkat? I did. I could go back and do it again. Which one is the Virgo? So that is Kanaya. Who we did already do, technically. There's no Wayward Vagabond. Get out of here, Prince Whimsy. Also, my music stopped. Why did my music stop? Hold on. Soup for getting me in a Homestuck, I guess. Still have no idea what I should feel. On Act 2 right now. So far, so good, I hope. Oh, brother. Oh, Falcona, you've got such a ride ahead of you, but keep it going. Let's go. Thank you for the soup. Watch the VODs for the first time. So, why did you give the Texan boy an East Coast accent? Leia, I'm going to be so fucking honest with you right now. Take a single look at the way Dave behaves and tell me that's not how he would talk. Tell me that's not how he would talk despite his accent. Tell me that is not a child who would actively fight against his Texan accent as much as possible. But thanks for the soup. Then go finish Homestuck, Palkia. You're this close. All right, let's get on the game. What the? No music. No. Bad. Why am I here? Why am I zoomed in? Oh, God, help me. Okay, we're back. Save. Where's my game? Hey, where's my game? You bastard. The moment I clicked back in OBS, it gave me my game back. You hate me. You hate me! Game hates me. Anyway, so yeah, Homestuck Day. Let's get at it. I'm so sorry about that, Shlyn. That's rough. Good luck. Can we even finish Homestuck anymore? There's places to read it, believe it or not. There's still places to read it. I'll tell you what, why don't we kick it off with, I can't sit here and be indecisive all day. I've already been indecisive for too long. Let's start with Equi. Oh, God, that's such a... Oh, that is a bad entry point for those of you who have not read Homestuck. Okay, Okay, that, man. Wow. You know what? Maybe we will start with Sollux. That's a really easy entry point. He's just a fucking nerd who hates the world. Maybe we don't start with Equius, actually. Better than Tavros? True. I could start with Karkat. I could start with Sollux. For those of you who are unaware, here's the deal. I've already gone through the first 8 tracks of this, though I did it like a year ago. So I went through all 4 of the human kids and the first 4 trolls, right? There are 8 trolls left and then 4 more human kids from an alternate timeline, which I'll tell you about some other time. But I'm probably going to just do like the greatest hits because I can. I'll probably do Sollux. Why not? Biggest tragedy is we didn't get a Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff route. That is evil of them. Isn't that evil? Hajime, thank you for 19 months. You can write your own, though. Write your own and let me see how it goes. Sollux is one of the more functional guys, so do him. Okay. How about this? Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's warnings. true. And I will let you know these warnings right here, right now. So, I'm going to start with Karkat. Because it's the easiest entry point. It's the easiest way for you guys to get a feel for it. And it's honestly kind of a smooth transition. If you like my content, you'll probably like Karkat okay as a character. So Karkat's volume does, to be fair, have a couple trigger warnings. Suggestive themes, parental death, sewer slide mentions, state-mandated murder, blood, and swearing. A lot of swearing. A lot of swearing. Okay? Okay, Vriska's list is very long. This will be an easy entry for you. I am not a Karkat Kenny. Karkat is not me. All right? I'm my own man. Karkat wishes he could be... No, I'm just kidding. We'll do Karkat. We'll jump over to Sollux from there. How about that? Easy win. Plus, this way we immediately get our music. I am going to give you the quick rundown of the game. But other than that, if for any other further questions, you just got to watch my VODs. The rundown of the game is that I'm an interdimensional being that is above time and space, and I happen to find myself within the canon of Homestuck, even though I don't belong here. I have some superpowers, but they're nebulous at best. Okay, just imagine if you were playing like a dating sim, and the characters were aware of you as the protagonist, or as a non-existent entity. Okay? Okay, easy as that. Here we go. Confident that your new friends are safely sleeping off a rowdy night full of snacks, video games, and taxidermy, you turn your thoughts to dreams. Jade's dreams. That fascinating, shining place that feels familiar the way a dream does. Prospect feels like the place you should be right now. You've got a brand new Zap sense, and it hasn't failed you so far. It's allowed you to befriend several emotionally volatile teens in precarious home situations. These powers won't let you down. So you zap to the dream world. Turns out you could fly here. Rad! You drift around for a little bit, admiring the glittering towers, waving lazily to all the various dream NPCs, until you come upon a dome with an open window. Inside, a troll boy with nubby horns and a silly outfit lies curled up in his dream bed, sleeping soundly. Aww, you look so peaceful. You imagine this is a very peaceful troll boy. Perhaps it should strike you as strange that you immediately know what this alien's race is, but nah, you don't have time for that. Abruptly, the boy vanishes. Oh shit! You follow him without hesitation. Zap! Luckily, your powers seem oriented to specific people rather than places. You figure it's because this is a character-driven narrative. You find yourself in a dim respite block. There's a bookshelf, and a desk, and clothes hung up on pegs on the wall. But instead of a bed, there's a small tub of green goo. Huh. What the fuck? A gravelly voice, tinged with mania, crashes over you in a furious wave. You reel back from the onslaught. Every evening, I wake up to another glorious night of the universe applying its globes directly to my face in the most hilarious and juvenile way possible. I'm used to this, okay? I'm not saying this is anything new, but this is just next fucking level. Your eyes finally adjust enough to see the same troll boy from the dream world. He appears to have fallen asleep at his husk top. Some crumbs are stuck to his face where it had been pressed to the desk. He's got a zodiac symbol on his shirt. Whichever one is sideways 69. Nice. And man, he is angry. Like, way angrier than a normal person. I stay in this crumbling excuse of a hive, rig this place with early warning systems, and what's my reward? A deformed blue blood teleporting into my respite block like a fucking... You zap out of there because damn, you don't know what kind of early warning system he has, but whatever predators is meant to keep away, all you have to do is shout at them. You appear on a nearby hill about 100 yards away from the hive. From the outside, it's large and leaning with square windows and an unnecessary number of balconies. Although, who are you to say what's necessary? Maybe this dude really likes balconies. He could probably use the fresh air. A couple of similarly large and lopsided hives scatter the skyline. Hives. You aren't sure how you know that they're called that, but it feels right. Maybe because of the organic insectile architecture. Like they're grown instead of built. You clearly aren't on Earth anymore. The sky is black and the bushes are purple. And there are 2 moons. Neither of them is your golden moon, though. You think maybe you should be freaked out by this strange alien land, but Nah, you're a seasoned friend venturer by now. Besides, you like it here. It's comfortable. This is a pretty good hill. You sit for a while, thinking about this hill and this universe and your place in it, until the sun starts to crest over the distant horizon. Hey, idiot! The troll boy is leaning out of his front door. You're sitting on the ground waiting for sunrise, so you're either a jade blood or a moron. And I know the only jade blood who lives outside the caverns, and she's a lot better looking than you. So what the hell? Who are you? You're not a troll. There's a substantial gap of grassy hill between the two of you, but you can hear him just fine. He has a talent for projection. You stand up and brush the dirt off your ass. He seems a bit less angry now. So, do we want to zap right over him or take our sweet, sweet time? I'm covering a bit of the text. Open your ears. Yeah, let's get the bad end out of the way first. We're going to take our sweet, sweet time, baby. You walk leisurely down the hill. The heat from the rising sun washes over your back, and you speed up. That sun is bad news, you just know it. You start down the hill. Light bleeds further across the horizon, and your pace gets a little less leisurely. The troll boy crosses his arms. His shoulders are rounded in a slouch, like he spends a lot of time making himself smaller. His black painted claws are bitten down. You wave a little awkward hello. He rolls his eyes and grabs you by the arm. Grip surprisingly strong. He tugs you underneath the shadowed overhang of a balcony. Oops, maybe I did the right one. Oh well. Okay, asshole. What were you doing watching me in my dream like some hornless cast-posing pervert? I can't even retreat into unconsciousness anymore, is that it? I won't even slide into the nascent relief of death without an alien stalking me. Did one of my friends put you up to this? Was it Sollux? Everybody's favorite pastime. Make Karkat's life even more of a constant, effervescent shit show. You tell him, Karkat, that it's not like that. You don't know anybody named Sollux, and you didn't mean to be creepy. You just found him, liked how he looked, and decided to follow him home. Karkat's thick eyebrows creep upward. Okay, you know how that sounds, but you really didn't do it to be weird. You did it for friendship. You crave it, like a mineral. Wow, very normal, Mr. Magic. Oh, but you are magic. Okay, maybe not you specifically. You don't want to brag, but you can do some pretty magic stuff. Karkat looks incredibly dubious, even more so than Ruzade, who you might have described as politely incredulous. You consider explaining to him all that wild stuff that Jade told you about, games and destiny and such things. You really can't imagine what any of that has to do with this grumpy alien boy. What are the chances? You tell him that you could prove it. You can bring him to visit one of his friends. You are so awesome at bringing friends together. You could visit, Sollux, was it? Karkat makes a noise like a tea kettle being punched. Hell no! That nook-biter would self-immolate if I interrupted his coding. You wonder if that's a euphemism. Maybe Karkat just likes scare quotes. I don't have the energy to grub sit his freaky deformed bulges today. Okay. Then where does he want to go? Does he have any more friends? I wouldn't call him a friend exactly. More like an endless burden I've been cursed with by the slithering eldritch gods of the outer reaches. If I didn't occasionally check up on him, he'd space out so far he'd hit hard vacuum. How do we do this? You're actually not quite sure. But you don't want to backpedal and suggest to this cool, angry troll boy that you don't know what you're doing. Do I just... His hand kind of hovers near yours. Hold on? You could hold hands, but you don't want to be too forward. You could also just hold him under the armpits. You think holding me under the armpits is less weird than holding frond stumps? Yeah, sort of. Karkat puts an awkward hand on your elbow. Then he frowns and pushes up your sleeve, laying 3 fingers against your bare arm. You good, dude? Yeah, sorry. You're just kind of warm. Thank you. You tell Karkat that he is very warm too. Let's just get this over with. Try to aim for just outside his hive. His Lucis isn't around, and he's usually too stoned to even notice if the roof came down. But I don't want to startle him. Cool. Here goes. You zap somewhere pitch black and immediately blunder right into Karkat. Oh my god! Could you keep it together for a single fucking glance, Nugget? You aren't in Karkat's hive anymore. You appear to be in the void. Cool. What? Let go of me! You tell Karkat that he's actually the one still holding on to you. He makes an angry noise through his nostrils and releases you from his clammy grasp. He moves away from you and collides with what sounds like about 17 mops, all banging into each other and clattering to the ground. God fucking! Something smashes. Slurry guzzling! A shower of little noises, like marbles over hardwood. What even is that? A light finally pops on above you. You appear to be in an alien broom closet with, like, alien cleaning supplies, you guess? One of the bottles just has Clin written on it in permanent marker. You ask Karkat if he meant to transport the two of you into a closet. A bucket rattles as he kicks it. He yelps and jumps backwards onto your foot. What the fuck? Akara, you bottom-feeding asshole! Your personal habits are almost as disgusting as your pan-rotting purple words. Why is your paling equipment mixed in with your scrub poles? Did you figure nobody would notice? Surprise, Nooksucker! I noticed! What in the... Karkat breaks off, and after a moment, you realize why. Heavy footsteps shuffle closer. Someone has heard the absolute rumpus tantrum that Karkat's kicking up. Oh, hey, hold on, my brother. I'm hearing something in the scrub cubby. Some squeak beast what's all got itself trapped. The door opens a crack. Karkat grabs your arm again. Oh, fuck! A shadow looms on the wall. Wild hair and tall horns. Oh, fuck me! Karkat squeezes your arm so hard it hurts. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck! The door opens a little wider, and you feel wetness on your arm where Karkat's claws have drawn blood. The door creaks, and you panic. You both crash down to the floor together in Karkat's respite block. Karkat's little horns jab you in the side. What the fuck was that for? Why did you do that? Because Karkat was freaking the fuck out, and you were worried the two of you were in danger? And there was some menacing asshole saying creepy stuff outside the closet door. That is a complete mischaracterization of the scenario, and I'm totally disgusted you'd even bring it up. It's not a mischaracterization. He was totally losing it. Look, he was clinging on to you so hard he even drew blood. You show him your clawed up arm. Karkat's reaction is immediate and overblown, which you are beginning to gather isn't really out of character for him. He starts vigorously examining himself. He appears to be checking for injuries. No, you insist. He's not the one bleeding. You are. He's so covered up in his jeans and sweater that you have no idea how he'd even get cut in the first place. Wait. This is your blood? Yeah. What's the big deal? Besides, the fact that he totally just scratched the shit out of you. You're willing to let it slide, though, for friendship reasons. You figure this might just be the way he greets people. It's honestly kind of fucked up. Maybe you should just leave? Cat Thistle says, hey, Ruze, having fun with your spirit animal? Have a fun stream. Hopefully voicing Karkat doesn't wreck your voice. I'll be all right. It shouldn't really be that. It's not that different. It's not the same. It's not that different. Wait, what? Now you're just gonna zap the fuck out of here like nothing happened? You can't go out there. It isn't safe. Not for people like... Karkat pulls himself warily to his feet. He's still looking at you like you're a bomb that might go off if he steps wrong. Slowly, he extends his own palm and drags a claw across it. Crimson blood beads up and drips to the floor. Babylon Goggles says, what's your favorite Faygo flavor? I don't really drink Faygo, but I like the blue one okay, I think. I don't drink a lot of it, so I wouldn't know. It isn't safe for people like us. Clearly, something is happening here, and it's probably a really deep and affecting moment where you're just not sure what you're supposed to do. You bleed, he bleeds, both of you bleed. Sweet, blood friends. You can fuck with that. How did you get a Cerulean's hoodie? Did you bag yourself a high blood Moriel? Now that you've established that the two of you do indeed both have blood, Karkat appears to have warmed up to you quite a lot. Let's see. Parai Doli says, I have a confession to make. The first time I heard your voice, I didn't even know you had liked Homestuck at the time. I was shocked because you sound exactly like how I imagined Karkat would. How the fuck did that sin twice? Cool, it bugged. Thanks for a year, Parai Doli. Also, thanks, I think. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take that as probably not the worst insult I've ever received. Anyway. Karkat's fucking theme is goofy. No, the main character is not necessarily a human, but they're not quite not a human either. All you need to know about them is that they bleed red. He even offers you something called grub juice, which you're pretty sure is just Coke, except not as sweet. It's almost a little salty. You take tiny polite sips and then pour it into a dead plant as soon as Karkat turns his back. You tell him that you aren't actually sure where you got the sweatshirt. You were just wearing it when you woke up. You don't even remember where that was. You just sort of know you were standing in front of John's house, and you were wearing this hoodie, and you knew it was important, but not why it's important. Possibly because it keeps you from being naked. You didn't realize it belonged to a cerulean, whatever that is. Karkat is looking at you like you aren't making much sense, which is fair, because you really aren't making much sense. So, you're a mutant blood alien with amnesia. That can also teleport. Yup. Oh, and you can time travel too. Don't push it. Karkat sits down at his desk and hits the spacebar on his keyboard. We could probably figure out whose caste sign that is. Well, not us specifically, unless you've got some incredibly unlikely and well-honed housekeeping skills. You've got no housekeeping skills, honed or otherwise. Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. Here, just give me a second. Don't break any of my shit. You take a glance around the room, keeping your arms behind your back so as to make absolutely sure you don't break any of his shit. His room is surprisingly tidy for someone as scattered as Karkat, mostly just weapons and movie posters. It all has the air of someone who doesn't plan to live in any place for very long. It feels temporary. Karkat is typing furiously, with his mouth pulled into a little frown. That's his default, it appears. Every so often, though, he'll throw glances at the cuts on your arm. He really is very hung up on your blood. Good news, Captor. Tonight's your lucky night. Finally, you get a chance to put your money where your dribbling snaggletooth flap is. I need you to do something for me. KK, if this is more whining about the team leaders, I don't want to hear it. You just sort of don't have the qualities necessary for this sort of scenario. And if you're just here to start some sort of slap fight for wigglers, then you should probably go fuck yourself, because I've got actual work I need to do tonight. Oh my god. Who gives a fuck about a game Aradia dug out of a hole in the ground? And what actual work? Like I even believe that for a second. You mean the actual work of touching yourself while sobbing into your recupercoon? Yes, hilarious. But can we skip the foreplay for just this one time in our lives? All that's gonna happen is you're saying something you regret and then cry typing over whether or not we're still friends. Okay, first of all, fuck you. I don't have time for any of your pathetic burns dunking me into a carton of weak sauce. There's actual, real, serious shit going down. Well, now that we've wasted like 2 minutes telling each other how busy we are, what the fuck do you want? I need you to check something in the Imperial database for me. Cash records. And I want you to do it without asking me why I need it. Deal? Wait, what the fuck, KK? Absolutely no deal. You didn't even try to make a deal. You just told me to do something incredibly illegal and dangerous. Why do you need cash records? You think ancestors are bullshit anyway? Ancestors are bullshit. Fake night dream nonsense for kids who hate themselves and want to experience a connection to something better than they are. Face the facts, bulgeweeds. There is no way any of us are descended from anybody that matters. Then why the hell do you want me to risk getting called for records if it's a bunch of bullshit that doesn't matter? I might have a death wish, but I'm not fucking suicidal. So either tell me what crawled up your nook and laid eggs in there, or let me get back to work. Okay, fine. I'm only telling you this because we're friends and I trust you. There's this person in my hive. Person. Yeah. They aren't a troll, but they aren't a drone either. I figure they're an alien, but they've got a cerulean sign and we're trying to figure out where it came from. Wait, they aren't a troll, but they're a cerulean? Sorry, KK, I'm trying to wrap my pan around this, but I'm pretty sure you're just fucking with me. Oh my god, could you just run this? Give me a second. Okay. Nobody's had this sign or cast name in a while. Ask your new alien friend if they know the name Adalov. Hey, do you know... Oh, what the fuck? You step back from where you'd been reading over Karkat's shoulder. You couldn't resist. He was just getting so heated and mad, banging on the keyboard and making weird little growly noises. You think you could just... Karkat goes absolutely silent. He's rigid. If he'd been a cat, his hair would be standing straight up. You ask him what's wrong, and he shushes you so loudly you almost fall over from shock. You strain, and in the distance, you think you hear a strange, staticky whirring. Suddenly, Karkat explodes in emotion, grabbing your arm and pulling you out of his respite block and down the stairs. In the living room, he tugs a thick black blanket from off the back of the couch and pulls up the rug in the center of the room. Beneath it is a trapdoor. What the hell is... Be quiet! His movements are quick and panicky, but also methodical. His jaw is set, and his eyes are hard as he unbolts the trapdoor, gives it a hard yank to loosen it, and props it open. Beneath it is a rectangular pit in the foundations of the house, the size and shape of a shallow grave. This isn't the first time he's done this. You doubt it's even the 10th. So far, Karkat has struck you as a little bit ridiculous, but now there's something fierce burning in him, something angry and distilled. The sound comes again, closer this time, and you see a hulking shadow out the window, huge and menacing and armored. Karkat yanks you down into the pit with him and wraps the two of you in the blanket. Then he closes the trapdoor and you are plunged into a darkness so absolute, it's like you stopped existing. What the hell is going on? A drone! Karkat's face is squished against your shoulder. The fear in his voice shudders you to your bones. It's just a routine check. We should be fine down here. My loose just dug this. It hides the temperature. The temperature? Of me. Of us. Of our mutation. You don't understand, but that doesn't stop you from being afraid. Impossibly heavy footsteps land on the floor above you. Karkat trembles. God, you have to do something. Want to wait it out or flee, gamers? What are we doing? Wait it out, wait it out, wait it out, wait it out. All right. Should go poorly, but we'll see. We'll be fine. Karkat mutters it to himself again and again. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. This always works. There's no reason to... A rusty, grating screech as the trapdoor is wrenched off its hinges. Light pours in. Two giant metal hands reach into the hole and pluck the both of you out. Karkat wriggles and bites like a cat trying to get free. You don't have the chance. The drone tosses you bodily out of the way. Your head hits the wall, and everything goes a little strange and streaky after that. When you come back to yourself, you're outside in the blazing morning heat with Karkat crouched over you. Did the two of you escape? Yeah. His voice is hollow. There's crimson blood smeared on his sweater and up to his chin, and you realize it must have come from the reopened cuts on your arm. Karkat must have carried you from the hive. The hive? Behind you, Karkat's house is in flames. The heat of the fire combines with the heat of the sun, until it feels like the two of you are standing on the edge of hell. Oh my god. Did the drone do that? No. My Lucis did. I told you. I have early warning systems. He gave me a chance to get out before triggering it. Is everything okay? Karkat gives you a look of utter disgust. He gestures towards the burning hive. I very much fucking doubt it. Okay, but the drone is dead, right? So he's safe. Karkat releases a creaky, wheezing sound that it takes you a second to realize is a laugh. God, you really are an alien. Where are you even from? It sounds so relaxing. That isn't the only drone, you freak of nature! It's seen my sign! It heard my voice! I'm on record as call on sight! There's absolutely nowhere for me to go! Shit. Okay, well, what about his friends? You really don't think Karkat is in any sort of state to make decisions, so you make an executive one for both of you. Also, it's hot as shit out here, and your delicate skin is already starting to burn. What had that friend's name been? Sollux? You take Karkat's hand because the two of you are beyond holding each other under the armpits at this point. You appear in a residential street in a city, and for a second, you think you must have traveled in time as well, since it's night again suddenly. But then you look up and see the strange purple-blue glimmer in the sky. It's still day, but there's some sort of atmospheric shield between the killer sun and the city. You wonder why there isn't one over where Karkat lives. Maybe it's too far out in the sticks. Karkat yanks his hand out of yours. He's still holding the blanket he'd wrapped the two of you in, staring around in nervous little ticks. He looks even more scared than he'd been back in his bedroom. Clearly, he doesn't get out much. Fuck! A low chime rings out through the empty street. Karkat pulls his palm husk out of his pocket and looks at it like he can't remember what it is. Like everything normal has been wiped away, and all that remains is the frozen horror in his eyes. KK, what the fuck? I just saw your name come up on the feeds. What did you fucking do, you idiot? You're gonna be a threat executioner. You can't just start throwing up on the call list. I didn't do anything. Sollux, there's some stuff about me you don't know. KK, what the hell? Okay, well, first of all, I'm right outside your hive stim. What? What are you talking about? Is this the mutant stuff? Who gives a shit about that? TZ knows too. She says she can taste our blood color through the screen, which is like all kinds of freaky. How does that even work? The screens aren't scratch and sniff. How the fuck? It just doesn't matter now. Wow, I actually do not give a shit about any of Terezi's cackling bullshit right now. Everything is fucked forever. As if in agreement, a familiar crackling whir starts up somewhere close by. You and Karkat look at each other in almost comedic distress. I have to go. Just come up here, okay? We'll figure this shit out. No, absolutely fucking not. Oh my god! You utter imbecile. You think your little pan sparks could do anything against a culling drone? I know you have a death wish, but I'm not gonna assist you in a hysterical shit-fit suicide. You don't know anything about me or my death wish, KK. Come upstairs. No! Don't make me tell you how much I hate you. Karkat throws his palm husk at the pavement, shattering the screen. Tears drip off his jaw in blurry streaks of red. Get me out of here! And don't you dare ask me what's wrong! You don't. You get him out of there. All over. Locale to locale. You take a grand tour of Alternia, a place you shouldn't know the name of, but you do. And everywhere you go, you hear the telltale grating whir. Karkat was right. Wherever he goes, the drones follow. After a certain point, it just becomes routine. You teleport to a random location, and the two of you just sort of loaf around until you hear the sound in the distance. By the time the sun starts to set, you are both exhausted and must have zapped all over the planet. You find yourself back on the grassy fields, most likely somewhere near Karkat's demolished hive. Smoke hangs fetid in the evening air. Hold on, I'm having connection issues. All right, 1 second. I think that fixed it. Maybe? I'm not sure yet. Hey-o, Chris! Okay, here we go. Karkat's eyes are dull, his hair a tangled mess of curls. So thick, they look like twisted wire. God damn it! Fuck, another issue! Ah! Internet, please! Uh-oh. I'm getting quite the storm overhead. Hold on. A little heat lightning, mayhaps. All right, I'm gonna keep trying, but if it's too bad, we might have to. We'll see. We'll see. All right, here I go. Karkat's eyes are dull. His hair a tangled mess of curls so thick they look like twisted wire. I figured out why the fucking thing didn't work. What thing? He shakes the blanket, which he's been holding on to all day. The last remnant of what is most likely by now just a smoking wreck. With 2 mutants in there, we were too warm. Years of perfecting my hiding like an oink beast from the slaughter technique, and it's all decimated by some clueless asshole in a hoodie. Just Karkat out here having a normal one. Getting fucked up the waist shoot by the inexorable march of fate in the universe. I meet someone with the same disgusting deformity as me, and they immediately ruin my life. This is why I don't let people into my hive. Karkat, there's so much hatred wrapped up in his voice, in his words. And you don't think it's hatred for you. You ask him what you can do. You want to fix this. I think you've done enough. Karkat bundles himself up in the blanket, even though it isn't cold. He turns away. Game over. Yikes! Anyway, let's go back and make the right choice. We will flee, I think. Who knows? Maybe we just created an alternate reality where Karkat starts a resistance movement and he becomes the signless in his own time. You never know. Ruze, Homestuck content will always pull me out hiding like an untended bottle of lukewarm emergency apple juice. Thanks, Silent Eric, and thank you for 19 months. Welcome. Let's flee. So, you're a pretty tolerant kind of dude. You're generally down for whatever, but lying in a shallow grave while a troll boy digs his nubby little horns into your ribs and a mechanical monster stomps around upstairs, that's kind of a lot, even for you. So you do really the only thing a responsible friend can do. You get your friend the fuck out of Dodge. It was really cool of Jade to have us all over. It felt like a birthday present, kinda. Especially since all my other presents got lost in the mail. Actually, the only one that didn't get lost was a little Monsters poster my dad got me. He gave it to me a week early. Almost like he knew that something weird was going to happen to the rest of my gifts. Sure, yeah. Happy for you, my dude. Cool that your dad got your unbelievably crappy shit to you before it got thrown in the literal garbage, where, frankly, it belongs. But why are you wasting any part of our valuable word count babbling about your fucking little monster poster? Who actually cares? I don't know. I just figured some people might want to know about it. Whack. Oh, hey. Dave and John are propped up on the futon, gaming the way only bros can game, i.e. with several bags of chips and a mostly empty 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew on the couch between them. Yeah, dog, saving room for Jesus and snacks. Oh, hey, Mr. Mailman! You wave hello and try to catch your breath. You're a little unbalanced from the brutal shifts between being buried alive to a chill Texas day with just a couple guys being dudes. Wait, how'd you even get back from Jade's? He's from Joyzy. Whoa, 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 whoa. You criticizing my Jersey Dave accent? All right, smart guy, let's see you take a crack at it. Hey, thanks for the gifted chips, Una. All right, here, I got you. I'll fix it for you. One second. Sorry, you're right. He's from Texas. All right. Yeah, turns out her dog can teleport. Wild, right? Who knew? I don't think Beck can time travel, though. So don't worry. You aren't going to be out of a job or anything. And I'm probably going to ask you to zap me back to my place before my dad realized I've been gone this long. I don't think he'd call the cops on you, but I just want to be on the safe side. By the way, who the fuck is that? Is that better? You feel better now? Does that help? You feel better? Control Z, Control Z, are you sure? What's wrong? By the way, who the fuck is that? Is he like, okay? Oh, yeah, Karkat. He's currently curled up on the ground with the blanket still wrapped around him. He's breathing very heavily and sort of clutching at the Karkat. Jersey Dave, the enemy of Jersey Mike. True. You lean down to make sure that he's cool, while telling Dave and John that he's an alien from another planet. You figured you'd bring him here since shit got a little too hot back in alien land. Oh. Dope, I guess. I guess. You guys got me all fucked up on my accent now. God damn you. God damn you to hell. God damn you to hell forever. Did I say clutching at the Karkat? Clutching at the carpet. Carpet. You're welcome. You're welcome for the incredible, perfect pronunciation. I motherfucking land perfect Karkat, advanced master tier fucking diatribe, and you assholes are coming at me for mispronouncing carpet as Karkat once. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. God. Having a normal one. Hey, dude. Wait, he's an alien? Like, a real alien? Yeah, John, Jesus Christ. Look, he's got little horns. Horns. Oh, all right, everybody. Welcome in. It's my name. I'm Davey. Yeah, I can see that, but come on. Aliens? Oh, so this is where you draw the line. A friend living alone on an island with nothing but a magical dog and taxidermy grandpa who she stuffed herself isn't where you draw it. A teleporting fake mailman in a hoodie who just wants to be bros isn't where you draw it. I guess you have a point. All that stuff just feels so normal now. So I guess in theory you could bring us to visit this alien planet. Maybe. Not that there's anything I'd actually want to do in the place. It's probably stank as fuck. You never catch me in space. Space ain't the place. Oh, damn, write that down. You love a good Strider freestyle any day of the week, but this isn't Dave's route, so you return your focus back to... Oh, fuck, where did he go? Oh, yeah, the little dude just scurried out the door. Probably should have mentioned that. God damn it. You just brought Karkat to Earth, and you've already lost him. Some friend you are. You zap down to the ground floor of the apartment building. Nothing. You zap to the stairwell and look up. Nothing. No little alien boy with a blanket. Shit. Damn it. Remembering the time you met Dave, you zap back up to the roof. You find Karkat standing, silhouetted against the turgid Texas sky. Shimmers of heat haze, making him look strangely artificial. He's shading his eyes and staring up at the sun. Hey dude, don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the advice. I'm way too stupid to know not to look directly into a burning ball of fire. The pain is intense and searing, but I'm just a dumb fucking animal. By the way, the sun is pathetic. Well, this is another planet and another sun. Yes! Thank you! He drops his hands and turns back to you. There are still cobwebs in his hair from the crawl space. Is this where you're from? You think so? Maybe. You don't remember very much about yourself, but you seem to know much more about Earth than you do about Alternia. You don't remember very much about that place at all. Oh, except that it's called Alternia, apparently. This all feels, I don't know, wrong. Or just really fucking weird. You zapped in and dragged me out of my hive to an alien planet where the sun isn't hot enough to burn. Well, it is definitely hot enough to burn. It just takes a little longer. Shut up! I wasn't finished. Before you showed up, Sollux was telling me about this game that one of his friends found. We were all supposed to play it together and, I don't know, some stuff would happen. I don't know why it feels like that battered. I just feel... It's hard to describe. Flattened out. Yeah, I feel you. You and Karkat both jump. Dave has ninja'd up the stairs and leaned casually against the brick wall. Shit, how long has he been standing there? And where's John? Oh, he just disappeared. Wait, what? Yeah, it's weird. The swirling void wormhole just opened up in the TV and sucked him right in. What? Ha, lol, I'm fucking with you. John's in the bathroom. But I had you for a second, didn't I? Absolutely sounds like something that could happen these past couple days. Oh, yeah, hilarious. You sure got you. Also, you're pretty sure the scene moved up here so that you could talk to Karkat without Dave coming in and making all this about him again. Dave adjusts his shades. Man, this is just an extremely weird thing to say. But yeah, horny dude. I mean, guy with horns. Are you talking to me? We were all supposed to play a game too. Together as a group or some shit. Right. Jade told you about a game. A game that was supposed to change everything. It's that sort of shit that makes me get this feeling you know more about what's going on than you're telling us. You don't. You swear you don't. You have no idea why any of this is happening. Or maybe, not happening? There's just some stuff you seem to know, but not until you absolutely have to know it. You're just sure that it's very important that you brought Karkat here. Why? How the fuck do I have anything to do with these hornless freaks? Standing right here, bro. My God. But yeah, that's a pretty good point now that I think about it. You said it's important for you to bring him here, like here specifically. To my apartment? Yeah. Why? You aren't sure. You just have this intense feeling that it's imperative the two of them are friends. Alright. Weird, but alright. Gray dude, you ever play any Tony Hawk? That's it. Victory. That's the good ending. Man, that thunder loud. Tony Hawk Pro Skater mentioned. Whoopee! Hey, listen, at least Karkat could be happier on Earth. No drones coming to get him. Though if the government gets a hold of him, he will be dissected. Or if Insane Clown Posse gets a hold of him. And that's it. That's Karkat's route. Do you understand the game now? It is a sort of choose your own adventure friend simulator. It's called PESTERQUEST Friend Sim. This is not a fan game, by the way. This is technically official, though it is an AU, and it was not made by What Pumpkin or Homestuck Incorporated. So, now that we've experienced Karkat, do we want to jump over to Sollux? Do we want to do some Tavros? Do we want to do some Eridan? Do we want to pop over? I don't want to do Gamzee or Kanaya or Vriska again because we already did them. And I'm not going to lie, I don't have a good voice for Terezi lined up. Who's your favorite troll? Probably Karkat. I like Karkat. He's fun. But beyond Karkat, probably Terezi. And then, honestly, I can give you a ranking right here, right now. Let's go down the tier list. Karkat, Terezi. Sollux has gone pretty far up the list, so probably Sollux. Probably Kanaya, Aradia. Gamzee? Question mark, I guess. I don't know. Then Pfeffery, Nepeta Tavros, I guess Vriska, and then Equius. Give us the Tavros Octopimp voice. I don't know if that's a good idea. Gamzee, I just want to smooch. Is that it? Equius last place? Listen, Equius is a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. He's a bit of a weirdo. Which route haven't you done? So I have not done anything beyond Vriska. So I've gone all the way up to Vriska. I stopped here last time. Equius has a lot of very bad traits. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Equius has a lot of very bad traits. He's a fucking freak. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody in this comic, he has a reason why he's a freak, and I am sympathetic to that. I'm not sympathetic to the weird fetish shit and being just kind of an asshole, and also a sycophant and a bootlicker. I did do Kanaya, yes. Feels like he has more redeeming qualities than some others. Oh, yeah. All right. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Tab out. I'm going to say spoilers in 10 seconds, and then chat will tell you when it's okay to come back. All right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, letting your best friend die because you're getting rock solid from being choked out by a murder clown? That's not... I don't care what redeeming qualities you have. You're a bad person. Okay. That's it. You can tell him to come back now. Spoilers over. Nobody typed spoilers in chat. Nobody typed spoilers in chat. Okay. All right, you know what? Let's do Sollux. Why not? That's an easy one. I've already got my Sollux voice relatively practiced. I think we're good to go on that one. Here we go! Yeah, we'll do Sollux, because I think Sollux and Eridan are tied together in their stories, so it'll be easy to go from one to the other. I will say that a route I really appreciated that I didn't think I was going to like as much as I did was Dirk's route. It made me like Dirk more as a character because I used to fucking hate Dirk, or rather be very dispassionate towards Dirk as what I felt was kind of just a Gary Stew. Is that what it's called? Oh, J-Man, there's so much more to Homestuck than the Sharpie Bath incident, which may have been fake anyway, but that's okay. I am actually 76 and dead, yes. Oh, you know what my Eridan voice is. It's the same Eridan voice everybody has. Octopimp ruined the fan base, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Octopimp, I love you, brother. You're a cool guy. You've poisoned everybody's mind. Everybody has to do Eridan with the whoa. Hey, everybody, my name's Eridan, and I hate everything. Everything. Of course, that's my Eridan voice. What do you think it's going to be? True, Nunu, true. The spoilers were very, very well done. We are not immune to Octopimp. Nobody's immune to Octopimp's influence. Let's go to Sollux. He's a fun troll. He's a little bit of a dick. He's probably the smartest of all the trolls. He's a bit of an epic hacker man. He likes to hack programs and stuff. And he's also very big brain, but also very depressed and has a mad duality going on, appropriate to his Gemini sign. So, shall we? Irish Eridan. That could be interesting. That'd be interesting, yeah. It's true. Octopimp still streams. I've watched a few. Fuck, I think I've rated a few. Rated into a few. Okay, so we have skipped a few parts in the story, so the main character might reference a few things that have not happened yet, but don't worry too much about it. Most of these are made to be like insular and only reference themselves, so don't worry about it as much. Anyway. So, this is it. You think this Sollux guy is going to be a piece of grub cake? From what both Karkat and Kanaya have told you, the poor guy recently got ghosted by his girlfriend? Best friend? You're not quite sure what they were, and apparently, neither do their friends. For trolls, friend seems to be as loaded of a word as girlfriend. Regardless, from what you've managed to gather, they were quite close, and her ghosting him has had some serious emotional effects. Thing is, the guy sounds like a mess, and looks like a loser, and boy, is he ready for you. He's been flying low for a while, and you're ready to scoop him up and baby feed him the tenderest of worms directly into his mouth. Figuratively speaking. I mean, unless he's into that, then so are you, and you're so fucking ready to do it. Literally. Out of all your mutual friends, Karkat has shown the most concern in the most backhanded of ways. Trapped in the throes of an extremely online sick sweepdom, he's been unable to tell Sollux that he's worried about him. And so, instead of having an honest conversation with a longtime friend, Karkat has arranged for an Alternian meet brute between the two of you. It's foolproof, which means it's you-proof. Karkat gave you an honestly frightening amount of detail on Sollux's everyday routine. The main difficulty is, he seldom leaves his hive. He's kind of an indoor boy. Today, though, you've gotten lucky. Sollux has made plans to see a friend, and you're going to casually bump into the guy and play out all of Karkat's carefully curated plans, step by step, and befriend him. But first, he actually has to show up. For someone with such a rigid schedule, he's sure not great at sticking to it. So you're just left here, at an alien train station, sitting on an alien bench, and trying to not make eye contact with any of the aliens around you. Sure, they might be potential friends, but... No, you're pretty sure that Sollux is the guy for you this time round. You know it the same way you've known everything else since this particular leg of your meandering journey had begun. It's gotta be Doc Scratch, right? That cue ball-looking motherfucker stole the memories of all your previous buddies. It stands to reason that he stole some other ones too. In fact, Aradia helping you remember has just made you realize that there could be so many other things that you forgot. You can't shake the feeling that you're still being used. That everything you do, every move you make, feeds back into some shitty mastermind's plan. You've tried zapping back to Doc Scratch's mansion, but you can't get there either. He's out of bounds. So you've just defaulted to your usual thing. Friend acquisition. You're playing into someone's hands, you just know it. But the alternative route is just to do nothing. Sit quietly in a room alone and not have any contact with anyone. And who knows if that is exactly what Doc Scratch wants you to do in the first place. It's really hard to do anything at all the time. Anyway, Sollux. You've heard a lot about this dude, and you're certain he's heard all about you. How could he not? You're basically best friends with everybody that he knows. And everybody that he knows, you are an unstoppable friending force. Oh, fuck. There he is. He's pretty much exactly the way you imagined. How did Karkat put it again? A skinny fuck and a total loser who would be utterly lost without Karkat's devotion and guidance. Yup, just like that. What should you do? All right, what do we do here? Do we tell him we're Karkat's friend, or the time is not right to say that? I'm going to tell him I'm Karkat's friend because I think that's funny. And I think it's the wrong move. You greet Sollux cheerily and tell him that you're Karkat's friend and you know all about him. Sollux looks you up and down, his nose wrinkled, like he's just stepped on a piece of particularly fragrant dog shit. You stealthily check the sole of your shoes to see if the unpleasant aroma is coming from you. Nope. Then what's wrong? Did you come on too strong? Oh no, you fool. You absolute fucking buffoon. This guy is part of the most oppressed class of people on Alternia. A gamer. Of course he's wary of you. He probably can't even tell if you're a PC or a console gamer, or how objectively right your opinions about RPGs are. Timing was absolutely crucial here. You should have approached him as if he were a delicate baby gazelle, just inching up to the watering hole for a fresh sip of Mountain Dew, and then before he knew it, pounced and recounted to him how much you've managed to break Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 with all the sick moves you've learned. Dazzled him with your objectively right gaming opinions. This is just so fucking typical. He didn't even fucking ask. Just fuck. He can't mind his own fucking business. You were utterly confused. This wasn't part of Karkat's script. This is like the GD thing all over again. He never fucking asked, and he never fucking warned me. Not all of your friends have to be friends with each other. Why is it so fucking hard for him to understand? Fuck! I want nothing to do with that juggler piece of shit and whatever the hell you are. Juggler? He lifts an eyebrow. Oh, sorry, I hadn't pegged you as a honky ass licker, but I should have known better. You do look the part. Sollux is absolutely unimpressed. Wow, you weren't expecting this. Are you experiencing a heated gamer moment right now? You think these might be Alternian slurs, but you can't really confirm without whipping your phone out in front of him and making a fool of yourself by opening Urban Dictionary mid-conversation. The train pulls away from the platform, but the troll in front of you seems to have completely forgotten about that. What the fuck do you want? You very blatantly tell him that you've heard he's having a rough time, and you just want to be his friend. Some of his friends have told you that they're worried, and Sollux looks absolutely livid now. Did KK tell you I needed help? Well, no, it wasn't. You let out identical yelps and turned to see a ridiculously minuscule clown car. Just really fucking small. There are 2 big horns on the front and 2 bigger horns on the back. Motherfucking miracles. The small door of the car opens, and out comes a shoe that really had no business in that car in the first place. There is absolutely no way that Gamzee fits in there, but somehow he's folding himself out of it. You turn to Sollux to share a consternated look, but he just seems annoyed. A leg follows the shoe, accompanied by a series of cracks as he unfolds himself from inside of the car. Recently, you've become a bit of a bone expert, and you are most certain that that is not a noise that they should be making. You can't look away. You are absolutely hypnotized by this display of clownliness. Hey, motherfuckers! I was just all out and about when I happened upon the 2 of y'all. Can't hardly believe my oculars. Sollux, my good bitch, I haven't seen you since... Oh, fucking... When's the first time we met? Oh, so you're double teaming me now. This is some sick shit. Trying to clown me from both sides. Now, hold on. Gamzee wasn't part of the plan. Plan? Ah, shit. This always goes smoother in the rom-coms. It's okay, my most lustful friend. There's no need for plans. We're all part of a greater plan that brought us together. Sollux takes a step back, takes a critical look at the both of you, and flies away so fast the shockwave almost topples you over. Gamzee waves him a very unaffected goodbye, eyes glazed over. Well, you beefed it. A very real word describing a real action that people take. You beefed it big time. You say beans out loud because you beefed it so hard you basically made yourself an entire meal. Oh, it's okay, my most universal of friends. That's just how a motherfucker says hi sometimes. By flying away from you as fast as possible. I know what'll cheer you up. It's drugs, isn't it? It's definitely drugs. Clown end. Well, we beefed it. At least we're still friends with Gansey, though. I guess it's not the bad end, technically. We beefed it pretty hard. We beefed it with beans so hard we made chili. But without any delicious, delicious tomatoey sauce. All right, let's make the correct choice this time. The time isn't right. You decide to hang back and wait a little longer. You stand on the platform a few polite feet away from him. Before long, a train pulls up, and you see Sollux take a furtive peek inside before walking back out to the platform. That's interesting. A second train comes in, and he seems to deem this one worthy and hops in. You count to 10 before rushing in behind him. The car is almost empty. It's just you, Sollux, and a pile of blankets in a corner. The inside of the car is bee-themed. Man, trolls really love bugs. Sollux takes a bench seat and puts his bag next to him so there's no chance anyone will sit there. Luckily for you, the one in front of him is still empty. They're all empty, actually, so you take it. There's something a little nostalgic about the setup. It feels like any minute now Sollux is going to ask you arbitrary questions that may affect some cosmetic choices in your life moving forward. Almost like a specific crossing that involves animals. But he doesn't. In fact, Sollux's face remains totally neutral. All he does to acknowledge your presence is lift one single brow. The time you've spent near him may have been short so far, but the idea of him you've built in your head is quite strong. You've heard enough from his friends to know he's not bothered at all. However, if you didn't know better, you would say Sollux is emitting the energy of someone who walked into an empty bathroom and chose the most secluded stall only for someone else to walk in and choose the one next to his. Which is nonsense because you do know better. All the second-hand knowledge you've got of this guy can't be wrong. He's doing what you've mentally dubbed his tsundere act. You keep staring at him. Can I help you, dude? This isn't how you expected to introduce yourself, but you do it anyway. Okay. He pointedly pulls out his phone and doesn't look at you anymore. Okay, so you're sensing that he needs some space. You pull out your own phone. Wait. There was doubt that you had one because it hasn't been What? There was doubt that you had one because it hasn't been mentioned in a good 2/3 of this game? Silly. Little did you know the phone survived it all in your hoodie pocket. They truly don't make phones like this anymore. Sollux is holding his horizontal, which gives the feeling that he's playing a video game. Well, he's got you beat already. You don't have any games on your phone. You decide instead to go through your messages and, wow, you had so many plans with so many of your friends and you went and disappeared on them. Fuck. They were all counting on you. Okay, you've got this. Karkat has basically shown you this guy's entire games library, and you were going to super casually bring up games that he likes. No problem. There was a name on it that had really surprised you, but in hindsight, it makes sense. Back at home, the game's still wildly popular. Nobody knows exactly where Minecraft came from, but fuck, everybody loves it. You loudly announce to absolutely fucking nobody, because you're being so casual and so friendly, that you love Minecraft. Every gamer knows that one, but you get no reaction. Fuck, the guy could probably tell you don't even know how to use a texture pack. That's fine, no harm done. You know he's also a huge fan of Attack Drone and Solid State. You didn't have time to find anything about it on Gorgle, besides the fact that it was probably staunchly anti-war. Holy shit, he likes Attack Drone and Solid State? No way. Metal Gear Solid? Big fan? Good for him. The guy making the games got away with it for a while because the Empire caught up with it. Before the Empire caught up with him. Mostly because nobody actually understood what the fuck the game was about. Name dropping it alone would surely be enough to show him what a badass gamer you are. Nothing? God. Group Stronghold 2? No? Fortnite? Damn. You were completely certain all these sick games would prove irresistible conversational topics. Group Strong. Oh, Team Fortress 2. I'm trying to pick up the game references here. You look thick. I don't actually give a fuck, but please don't puke on my fuse. That startles you. Immediately, you reassure him that you're fine. That sounds like bullshit, but I'll believe it since I don't want to make this any more awkward. I'm Sollux. Oh, you're surprised he's changed his tune so fast. You're that alien everyone's talking about, aren't you? How did he know? You've been messaging me for days, dude. And it's been totally weirdly invasive to me. Whatever. I'm in a good mood today, so we're starting over. Okay. This isn't that bad. You can do this. You introduce yourself over again, and try to play off the fact that you know a creepy amount of insider knowledge about this guy. I don't see what the big... Hey! Why are you being so loud? Can't you see I'm trying to sleep in here? A small olive troll pops out from the blankets in the corner. Somehow, that really shakes Sollux. We need to leave immediately! Why? You don't understand! This guy here is gonna die! And we're gonna go with him if we don't get out of here right fucking now! So, what will you do? Teleport away from the danger or tell Sollux that nothing's wrong? I'm gonna tell him nothing's wrong. What does he know, dude? You put your hand on Sollux's shoulder. There's nothing wrong. The train continues to shake. Are you out of your mind? We have to... The shaking stops as suddenly as it started. Both Sollux and the sleepy troll look around, confused. Everything looks fine. Sleepy troll just yawns and goes back under the blankets. I don't understand. This isn't how things work. What did you do? Who knows? You're not entirely sure what Sollux thought was going to happen. Is he okay? No, I hear voices? You hope he's getting the right help for that. No, you recycled asswipe. The voices of the dead. Or more importantly, the imminently deceased. And I very clearly heard the voice of Blanket Troll right there. And now... I don't? And that doesn't happen. That's never happened before. Oh, well... Isn't that a good thing? It's... not bad. That makes you happy to hear. You feel like you're finally making progress and getting through to him. Sorry, I got really stressed for a moment. Fuck. This is awkward. You reassure him it's fine. You enjoy the rest of the ride with him in mostly companionable silence. The train pulls in to what seems to be the right stop as Sollux stands up. Your friend's a KN, right? Kanaya? Oh, yes. You very eagerly nod. Well, I'm heading her way if you're interested. You're nowhere near as annoying as TZ and KK made you sound. Sollux smiles, and it's the first time you've seen him genuinely smile in your time together. You tell him that you would love to see Kanaya again. Wait, hold on. Terezi and Karkat think you're annoying? He snorts. Nah, no. They're just described you honestly, and being how you are, it's part of your charm, I guess. As long as he finds it charming too, you're okay with this backhanded compliment. Dude, you've got to stop being so overeager. It's a little embarrassing. But anyway, I hope you didn't have a heavy breakfast. Huh? Does he expect you to run there? You can teleport easily. You can get there fast. Yeah, that's nice, but we're gonna arrive with more style. All right, let's go make the wrong choice before we continue. Sorry, hold on. Let's teleport away from danger. As the train continues to shake, you grab Sollux's arm and teleport. And somehow, you end up in front of John's house? Huh. Well, of all the places you visited, his neighborhood is probably the friendliest. And there's something about the knowledge that Dad is around the area that makes you feel safe. Like if you needed it, you could absolutely get a dose of parental guidance, or at least a fresh croissant. You turn to check on your new friend. Sollux is scrunched up into the house's shadow, trying to play it cool, but obviously shaken by how sunny it is here. Once he realizes that you are indeed not being burned alive by the sun, he visibly relaxes. What the actual fuck did you do? This is obviously not Alternia. It's a little hard to explain things without flexing at this point, so you allow yourself to brag a little bit in hopes of impressing Sollux. You explain that not only is this place safe, but also John programs a little. He's probably worse than Karkat at it, and it'll surely cheer Sollux up. You're certain Dave is also around, and he reminds you a little bit of, can you stop? Fuck! Stop what? I don't think you get how weird you're being. I haven't told you anything about me, but somehow you managed to know a lot of really personal information about me. Honestly, it's creepy as fuck. I know you're friends with basically all of my friends, and I'm sure they told you I'm some kind of a loop piece of shit and a grumpy, and I'm hard to get along with. and half the time I feel like I don't even deserve them, and then you walked in, and they all adore you instantly? Fuck! Even Ek likes you. You don't understand. Shouldn't this make your friendship easier? You don't get it. I'm way more complex than whatever the fuck I say online and what my friends have told you. Real life isn't like a dating sim in which you fumble your way into the right choice. Why do you even want to be friends with me? Well, both of you share so many friends. It's only natural, isn't it? Sollux looks at you. His expression remains neutral. Yet, somehow, you feel harshly judged. I don't think you understand how things work for people like me. I had a wake-up call in which I realized that nothing I really do matters. Whether I want it or not, I'm destined to be a war machine. I already got a taste of it once. Can't be harder than first blood, right? He smiles a little. It somehow makes you feel worse. Sollux is letting you in on something that you don't have the full picture of. Anything you could say at this point wouldn't be of any help. I'm stupid enough that I know I'll resist, so it'll definitely suck big time for me. But I already made the mistake of trusting someone who let me believe I could make a change. But this got fucked, and that's that. That is most certainly not that. It's not too late. Things are better. You've made sure of it. You can make a change, both of you. You're not entirely sure what he's talking about, but he doesn't have to become anything he doesn't want to be. I can see why the others might like you, and for whatever it's worth, I do wish I could believe in you too. Before you can react, he's flying away. Fuck! Shit! Now he's lost on Earth, and oh god, he could have at least waited for you to get him back home. What if the wrong people find him and do fucked up experiments on him? But he definitely doesn't want to have anything to do with you. See ya, Space Gamer. Whoop. That's rough, brother. That's nice. We're gonna arrive with a little more style. Before he's done talking, you're already in midair. You've been lifted by psionics before, but it's the first time you feel completely weightless. It's like gravity is completely forgotten. You have to answer to it. Brace yourself. I refuse to slow down. So you do. Everything around you becomes a blur. You know you're somewhere, but everything just looks like colors to you. When the world sharpens back into view, you're in Kanaya's hive. Sollux looks smug. Kanaya looks from him to you and back again. Well, I'm happy you have made a friend. I wish you had given me a warning. No offense. None taken. But you were a little curious as to why you had to take the train over. Sollux seems like he could have easily flown here, so why? Can't a dude just be super fucking jazzed about public transportation? Fuck, the entire planet is a stupid fucking hemospectrum system, but at least the train can take you where you need to go for the most part. Well, you can't say that the same runs true from where you're from, no. He knows I will not open the door otherwise. Oh? Ken, really killing my vibe here. Completely hearthing it. Well, I would think our friend would appreciate knowing that while powerful, you are still a developing young troll, and I would rather not have to mop your brains off of my front door. Are we really fucking doing this again, Mariam? On last name basis again, Solexander? Yes, we are doing this again. Being the naturally curious person that you are, you've amassed a good amount of troll anatomy knowledge by now. Thus far, weird alien brain anatomy has eluded you. What happens is that I have a big brain and that it's almost as big as my... What happens is that when we were younger, Sollux would get really sleepy if he used his powers too much. Then Kayan found Gorgle and found terms like dopamine, noradrenaline, and thiamine. Now she thinks he knows better than me. Sollux, please. I sent you the links. We both know the same amount. Yeah, whatever. I came to do a favor, so I decided I needed assistance for a change. Sollux, if you are going to make excuses, make good ones. Instead of being annoyed or embarrassed, Sollux seems delighted to hear Kanaya's words. He already looks way more relaxed and in his element than he was in the train. So, what's the problem this time? Where is it? Well, you see, the keyboard will not work. I just have no idea what happened. Kanaya points to her computer. It's very clearly been cut in half, most likely sawed in half. Very cleanly, if you must add. Sollux looks at it like he's seriously considering what could have happened to this computer. Did you try turning it on and off? Naturally. I figured something like this would have happened, so I came prepared. He pulls out some things from his bag, including what looks like an identical version of Kanaya's computer. You think this might happen a lot. While he gets to work setting things up, Kanaya takes you aside. I have to say that I am really impressed. Yes, you are quite impressive. Sollux has not been at his best recently. You see, we had what you might call a falling out in our friend group, which resulted in 3 serious injuries and 1 death, the details of which are not mine to share. But Sollux was used in a rather heinous way, and I did not distance myself in any way from the troll who caused all of this. And Sollux, in a very Sollux fashion, blamed himself and withdrew from all of his friends. And when he started talking again, he still refused to engage me in conversation, until he finally acknowledged my medical condition. Oh boy. Kanaya hadn't mentioned a medical condition up until this point. You hope you haven't accidentally made her overexert herself or been rude in any way. You wonder if it's okay to ask about it. I can see you are interested in what my medical condition is. It is quite serious and frustrating at times, but I have stopped blaming myself for it, and just accepted it as a part of my life. You nod. You are overall a rather healthy individual. You tend to get injured on a bi-weekly basis, but somehow always miraculously come out of it just fine. Huh. You truly are one lucky son of a bitch. It is still a little embarrassing to admit. You tell her she's your friend. You will not judge her at all. In fact, you want to take a moment to appreciate her for not judging you. She definitely has it more together than you do. She smiles, one of the warmest smiles she's ever given you. Very well. I am not proud of this, but I am... My medical condition is that I am bulge-cursed. By Vriska. Vriska cursed my bulge. You gape at her. Holy shit! Thank you. I have learned to live with it. Kanaya. God, you were just so sorry about it. I'm joking. I'm making a joke. About my crush on Vriska being a medical condition. I thought it would bring a bit of levity to the situation, but you just looked so concerned. You tell Kanaya that her sarcasm face looks a lot like her normal face. Yes, people have told me that before. Sollux chooses that moment to slide back in. It's all set. Thank you. I added something that you've been bothering me about for a while. They move towards the computer, and you can see that see the screen from where you are, but you can see Kanaya's face light up at whatever they're looking at. Oh, Sollux. I know you did not want to share these pictures. I hope I did not push too far. Nah, you didn't. I was just being a stupid fuck. I don't know why I was so hung up on it. I'm 6 now. I'm technically an adult. Not really, but thank you. It means a lot to me. Yeah, whatever. You both look like stupid grubs in these pictures. That immediately grabs your attention. Well, we were quite young. You try moving closer to take a peek, but Kanaya throws you an absolutely murderous look. Whatever embarrassing childhood memory lane they're going down, it seems that it's deeply personal to Sollux. For once in your life, you mind your own fucking business. It's kind of awkward to see myself like that. What the fuck am I wearing? It was very fashionable for the time. I would know. I had made it for you. Not you or the fashion, it's just... Picking up on his discomfort, Kanaya saves the day before you can butt in. Focus more on what you had done to your own hair. Sollux, what had you been thinking when you did that? Hey! After a few more minutes of reminiscing, they move away from the computer and back to where you're standing. You hope that they both appreciate you staying in your own lane. Anyway, I have to say, I'm rather surprised to see you with company. Yeah, I guess I got my own lone bark beast reputation to keep, but what can I say? Is that why Miss Pisces keeps bringing up the delightful conversation you two are having? Well, I got big fucking news. Turns out she's not as boring as I thought she'd be. It's going. Going where? Sollux shrugs. It's going. Kanaya hmms in agreement, but decides to drop it. It's funny to think you thought this guy was a complete loser. He seems to have way more game than the average gamer. A stealth Chad, in a way. Wait, hold on. Why does Kanaya get to introduce Sollux to someone, but Karkat has to come up with an incredibly convoluted plan for you two to meet up? No offense to you or KK, but KK has no filter on who he lets into his life. Yeah, no offense. You feel like you may start taking actual offense at this point. I hate meeting new people. Do I look like I know what the fuck a Dave is? Bitch, I'll kill you. No, you will not. No, I won't. It's a meme. Fuck, Can. She smiles pleasantly. You feel a little bit like an outsider, like you're missing some history between them. But you can't help but feel a little warm on the inside at the sight of friendship. Anyway, we could leave soon. Why? I thought you were going to stay the day. It is a rather long journey. It's whatever. I left the fit running, and I need to check up on it. Oh, hacker shit? Of course not. Very well. At least let me get a couple of shirts I fixed for you. And if you would be kind enough to drop a couple of things at the drone office for me, I fixed a sweater for Karkat. Yeah, no problem. The moment Kanaya steps away, Sollux is in your face. So, we're not staying over because you're obviously not 6, and having you over for a sleepover would be fucking weird. You can't argue with that. But also, you seem okay. I wouldn't mind spending more time with you, which is something I don't tell everybody. There's a frozen muscle beef nectar place near the drone office. We can go over there. Oh, fuck. Oh, yes. It's a friend date. Ta-da! Sweet victory, baby. Yeah, Sollux is a really weird character because he's a fucking nerd and a loser and he hates himself, but he's also kind of a fucking Chad and the cool guy of the group and is obsessed with himself and has a really bad habit of switching between those two modems pretty frequently. He also has laser vision and telekinesis and can hear the voices of the soon-to-be dead and extreme migraines that are so crippling they will make him fall over and basically start dying from pain if he doesn't take mind honey. So that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of shit going on. Good for him. He's a weird guy. He's a stealth Chad, a nerd Chad. I also have laser vision? It's true, Flapjack, you do. Wow, crazy. There's a lot of duality to him. Wink, wonk. He's also the only character in the actual comic to have 2 dream selves on both Prospect and Durst. That doesn't help him, but I won't spoil that. As far as his relationship with Kanaya, she's kind of like a good friend / mother figure to him. She's kind of weird. Kanaya kind of tries to mom the whole group because she's that kind of annoying friend in the friend group who thinks that she knows best and can give everybody advice. And sometimes that works out great. And sometimes it's a very nurturing presence. And other times it's mad annoying. But no, I do love Kanaya. Kanaya is definitely very cool. There's a comic? Yeah, Faramik. So Homestuck is a very long-standing comic. It's longer than, I don't fucking know. I think it's longer than the Bible. It's like 8,000 pages. It's very long. So yeah, that's Sollux, or who Kanaya jokingly calls Solluxander, which is not his real name. She just likes to fuck with him. Because Kanaya, despite seeming like a very like mundane, boring person, really likes being sarcastic, but with the most placid poker face in the universe, which is pretty funny. She's very quietly one of the funnier people in the group. It's just rarely perceived. Do we want to hop over to Aradia, or do we want to go straight into Eridan off that? I will now also call him Solluxander. Perfect. Solluxander is the non-canon joke answer for his real name, yes. I'm seeing a lot of back and forth. Okay, if I do Aradia, there is some spoilers in there. Aradia is a character who is a little bit outside of... How do I explain this in a way that's succinct and quick and doesn't ruin too much of the comic? Okay, so basically, Homestuck as a webcomic deals a lot with alternate universes and alternate timelines and alternate realities and multiple characters like understanding their own death before it happens or coming back from death. Aradia is a character who is well acquainted with death and stands outside and within the spectrum of death in many ways. So she is kind of aware that she's in a narrative to a degree. She's very deep. She's very much outside the spectrum of the meta in a way. So she will probably have some level of spoilers, just so you know. And also be referencing some things you have not seen from the game that came out before this, where there's a bunch of trolls that do not feature in the comic that you make friends with. Okay? Okay. She's also a big walking Doctor Who joke, so that's something. So I'm going to do Aradia, but just fair warning. Oh, yeah, I'll check to see if she has any warnings. Probably death, I'm going to guess. A lot of death with her. The volume is called, it is pronounced Aradia, because most people were calling her Aradia for a long time, which I still feel like sounds better, but whatever, it was fine. Discussion of death is the only warning on hers. And then when we go over to Eridan, it's violence, guns, classism, death, and vomit. So, let's go to Aradia first, shall we? She's very fun, too. What are you doing here? What are you doing on this awful planet? You walk. You walk and you don't stop walking. You walk until the moons are high in the sky and the light from the city all but fades away. You walk until you can't think about anything but walking anymore. Then you zap. 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 Who cares? You just want out of here. What's happening to you? What are these thoughts? What are these half-remembered truths? Why do all of your new friends seem so fresh but so familiar? You're lost inside yourself for what simultaneously feels like both a moment and an eternity. You stop walking and lay down. The grass feels cool on the back of your head and your eyes. You stop walking and lay down. The grass feels cool on the back of your head and your eyes feel so heavy. Troll, Jesus Christ! Inches away from your face, someone is bent over you and staring unblinkingly into your eyes. In a single panicked motion, you do a youthful sideways roll and spring to your feet. This doesn't seem to startle her at all. She doesn't move from her precariously balanced squat. She is just looking at you, observing you. Is she waiting for you to do something? Zia, thank you for 15 months and welcome back. After exactly 21 seconds of staring directly at you, she offers an entirely too toothy smile. Part of you suspects she just remembered that's what you do in these situations. She examines you with an obvious curiosity. What does Aradia sound like? Fuck. Not the worst decision. To nap among the remains of the deceased. What? With a sarcastic motion that suggests looking literally anywhere around you, she draws your attention to what appears to be some sort of dig site. You seem to have fallen asleep on a pile of bones. Her shirt is emblazoned with a dark red Aries symbol. Oh cool, another Zodiac kid. You must have said Aries out loud because she immediately corrects you. It is pronounced Aradia. That makes sense. Although you've just met, you cannot fathom her name being pronounced any other way. Your new potential friend, Aradia, is looking a little... What is a polite and charming way of saying? Rough around the edges. Her clothes are a bit shabby, but maybe that's just normal wear and tear when you've been hanging out in the dirt all day. What is she doing out in the dirt anyway? I come out here to dig up bones. Oh, like, archaeology? Oh, yes, that too. Bones are an important part of the life cycle. You often hear about the beauty of life, but I find that death is just as important and fascinating. The finality of death has a beauty to it. Or it used to. You want to ask what she means, but it must have been written all over your face. She very quickly moves on. Remains can tell us a lot about their owner's life. How they lived. How they met their end. Is that not a little wonderful? Fossils represent a finality. A moment locked in time. It is the physical that remains while the spirit moves on. Everything that made them who they are is gone. When all is said and done, it's only the bones that survive to tell their tale. And in that way, death is sort of a perfection, don't you think? A violent end of a sort of peace. Nothing left but the bones. You never thought about it that way. In fact, you suspect you may have never thought about anything as much as this girl has thought about bones. Oh, bones are just one of my many interests. Oh, yeah, you too. Big bone fan over here. I see you are also a person of exquisite taste. damn. Oh, to you too. Your stomach growls a little bit. Just how long were you out here? I discovered your body several hours ago. I thought you might be dead, so I was watching you to confirm my suspicions. She was watching what she thought was a dead body for several hours? Yes. On the lookout for early signs of decomposition. Rot, rigor mortis, etc. Unfortunately, you're not completely dead. Thank goodness for that. I guess. Wait, what does she mean not completely? There's a moment where her unbreaking, if not somewhat unsettling grin leans more towards normal. Well, okay. Someone might describe it as normal if maybe you'd never ever seen anybody smile ever. Like if you were passing someone in the hallway and they described what a smile was to you and you were like, no, I got this. Alas, you digress. You were like me. The dead speak to you. You would do well to pay attention. A mantle of doomed souls leashed to you. I wonder just how many times you've died. Died? Like, bereft of life? She sits down beside you. She picks up some sort of rib or femur or pelvis or whatever and begins to idly draw in the dirt. It is a crude drawing of some sort of misshapen stick person. Unrelatable. Traditionally, yes, that is what dying means. But you are different. I could see the ghosts of all your alternate timeline iterations floating around you, trying to help you. Doomed timelines that have been purposely erased from your consciousness. But you're the culmination of the choices you've made, fatal or otherwise. You've been forced to leave so much behind you. Your memories. Despite the fact that she seems very focused on her dirt art, you suddenly feel so seen. Someone doesn't want you to remember, but she looks at you and leans in close. Do you want to know a secret? Wait, did she just say ghosts? You're really not following. Sounds kind of fake if you're being honest. Ghosts? Yeah. Okay, you've seen some weird shit on this planet, but you draw the line at ghosts. The spooky bit was kind of charming and cool at first, but this is borderline ridiculous. Oh. She almost looks hurt. Her tone turns hollow. How disappointing. Aradia rises and turns her back to you. The night air feels cold, which it hadn't before now. Perhaps on behalf of the especially cold shoulder treatment you're getting right now. Little goosebumps form on your skin. I've misjudged you. I thought I could trust you, but maybe you were just like the rest. I'm okay with that. It does not bother me. She's floating several feet off the ground. Typically, this is your sign not to say, sounds like it kinda does bother you. Keep your mouth shut for once, or give in to your need to feel like you know better than everybody other than you. Now, to be fair, I do believe Megalovania was originally Aradia's theme in Homestuck, and then it's kind of been attributed to Vriska since then, which fair's fair. Those two have a lot of ties to each other in the comic. I'm going to go ahead and give in to my need to feel like I know better than everybody else, because I do. Because I do know better than everybody else. Sounds like it kind of does bother her. Sounds like she probably isn't okay with it. She is silent for what seems like several minutes. Have your words reached her? When she turns back to you, her eyes are white and her expression is blank. Her head tilts to the side, as if she is looking at a curious bauble. Her face unchanging. Nothing really bothers me anymore. Oh, Jesus. No thanks. This secret sucks. Time to fucking go. Sorry you said ghosts were fake or whatever bullshit. Yes. Maybe that would be best for both of us. I had some hopes for you, but it looks like that was misplaced. There is a hollow disappointment in her voice. You've never been negged by a ghost before. She raises a hand to you, her form silhouetted by the twin moons. There is a blissful moment where you feel suspended and still. Better luck next time? Question mark. That boy ain't right. Crystal Manthequins is a really, really good one. It goes hard. That's right, baby. She knows how to reverse time on her own. She is, after all, the maid of time. I didn't even need to do that one. She handled it. Troll, Jesus Christ! Inches away from your face, someone is bent over you and staring unblinkingly into your eyes. In a single panicked motion, you do a youthful sideways roll and spring to your feet. This doesn't seem to startle her at all. She doesn't move from her precariously balanced squat. She's just looking at you, observing you. Is she waiting for you to do something? After exactly 21 seconds of staring directly at you, she offers an entirely too toothy smile. Part of you suspects she just remembered that's what you do in these situations. She examines you with an obvious curiosity. Not the worst decision. To nap among the remains of the deceased. What? With a sarcastic motion that suggests looking literally anywhere around you, she draws your attention to what appears to be some sort of dig site. You seem to have fallen asleep on a pile of bones. Her shirt is emblazoned with a dark red Aries symbol. Oh, cool. Another Zodiac kid. You must have said Aries out loud because she immediately corrects you. It is pronounced Aradia. Oh, that makes sense. Although you've just met, you cannot fathom her name being pronounced any other way. Your new potential friend, Aradia, is looking a little... What is a polite and charming way of saying rough around the edges? Her clothes are a bit shabby, but maybe that's just normal wear and tear when you've been hanging out in the dirt all day. What is she doing out here in the dirt anyway? I come out here to dig up bones. Oh, like, archaeology? Oh yes, that too. Bones are an important part of the life cycle. You often hear about the beauty of life, but I find that death is just as important and fascinating. The finality of death has a beauty to it. Or, it used to. You want to ask what she means, but it must be written all over your face. She very quickly moves on. Remains can tell us a lot about an owner's life. How they lived? How they met their end? Is that not a little wonderful? Fossils represent a finality, a moment locked in time. Or is it is the physical that remains while the spirit moves on. Everything that made them who they are is gone. When all is said and done, it's only the bones that survive to tell their tale. And in that way, death's a sort of perfection, don't you think? A violent end, a sort of peace. Nothing left but the bones. You've never thought about it that way. In fact, you suspect you may have never thought about anything as much as this girl has thought about bones. Oh, bones are just one of my many interests. Oh, yeah, you too. Big bone fan over here. I see you are also a person of exquisite taste. Well, damn. Oh, to you too. Your stomach growls a little bit. Just how long were you out here? I discovered your body several hours ago. I thought you might be dead, so I was watching you to confirm my suspicions. She was watching what she thought was a dead body? For several hours? Yes. On the lookout for early signs of decomposition. Rot, rigor mortis, etc. Unfortunately, you're not completely dead. Oh, thank goodness for that. I guess. Wait, what does she mean completely? There is a moment where her unbreaking, if not somewhat unsettling grin leans more towards normal. Well, okay. Someone might describe it as normal if maybe you'd never seen anybody smile before. Like if you were passing someone in the hallway and they described what a smile was to you, and you were like, no, I got this. Alas, you digress. You're like me. The dead speak to you. You would do well to pay attention. A mantle of doomed souls leashed to you. I wonder just how many times you've died. Died? Like, bereft of life? She sits down beside you. She picks up some sort of rib or femur or pelvis or whatever and begins to idly draw in the air. Or idly draw in the dirt. It is a crude drawing of some sort of misshapen stick person. Unrelatable. Traditionally, yes, that is what dying means. But you are different. I could see the ghosts of all your alternate iterations floating around you, trying to help you. Doomed timelines that have been purposely erased from your consciousness. But you're the culmination of the choices you've made, fatal or otherwise. You've been forced to leave so much behind you. Your memories. Despite the fact that she seems very focused on her dirt art, you suddenly feel so seen. Someone doesn't want you to remember, but she looks at you and leans in close. Do you want to know a secret? Wait, did she just say ghosts, or you have never wanted anything more in your entire life? This one, it says in red in her text. She wants you to pick this one. You've never wanted anything more in your entire life. You have to admit, you were a little bit fascinated by this line of inquiry. You don your signature cool person facade and tell her that there is nothing in this godforsaken universe that will keep you from hearing that secret. You throw in that you are going to die if you do not find out immediately. Smooth as butter, baby. You don't know how relieved I am to hear that. The way she speaks has shifted slightly. It sounds fuller, livelier. That's good? Oh, yes. I've been alive for some time. Time? Oh, sorry. Time now? All according to plan. When she says the word time, her eyebrows lift a little, as if she's cueing you in on a joke she seems to think you are completely familiar with. You give it a polite chuckle. What a character. She beams, and there is a moment you forget that she was talking about ghosts and secrets. They can't find us here. We made them very mad. We've made them very mad. They can't find us here? Them? We've? Mad? Made? You don't ask for clarification on very. You're feeling pretty confident about what that one means. This is not the first time we've met. Though it is hard to say how long has passed since then. Time passes differently out here. Hey, apropos of nothing, and far be it from you to comment on someone's appearance, but why does she look so much older? Why is she wearing the magic teen pajamas like John and them? How does she manage to do her makeup so well and just not brush her hair at all? You know with curls the issue might actually be overbrushing. You don't want to brag, but you happen to have an encyclopedic knowledge of hair care products. Has she considered switching to a sulfate-free shampoo? God, you wish you had hair. Wow, you ask a lot of questions, but I guess that's natural. Right now, we are outside of the canonical relevant. You are going to have to stop her right there. You've had enough of canon and relevancy and what it means and what it is or isn't. Do you people never tire of sniffing your own farts about canonical impact? Wow. Rude? Yeah, you're rude now. Fuck the narrative. Absolutely phenomenal, and I could not agree more. Like I was trying to explain. Out here, even the powers that even the powers that be can't hear us. I must say, I'm a big fan of your work. I've never seen I have seen quite a few Doom timelines before, but nothing like this. You were something they had no contingency plans for, and Paradox Space is practically falling apart at the seams. This timeline has been peppered with inconsistencies and clues. Things here and there that can't exist yet. Events that occur too early. I figured you were doing it on purpose, so I thought I'd get your attention. But you are a little broken, aren't you? She looks disappointed as she says this. You don't know why she would want your attention, but she has it. It is not only your attention I want. The power is shifting, and the ones pulling the strings are distracted with their own meaningless problems. You really can't remember anything, can you? You tell her you remember some things that you can't explain. Names of things, hints of the past, whispers of ghosts. Wait, how does she know this? Yes, they have been whispering to you quite loudly. They are the fractured remnants of your departed selves, and they have been trying to help you get here at this exact moment. You ask where and when here is exactly, as you look around the scenery seems to shift. Sometimes you're inside, sometimes you're outside, sometimes you're in all places at once. You swear, you see some shadow of your friends here and there, but in places they don't really belong. Why would Rose be in Kanaya's hive? Do they know each other? You want to know what's going on and why it is so important that you're here. Wherever here is. I asked an old friend's ghost to tell an ancient space squid to burp up a place for us to meet. As one does, sure. Think of it as a liminal space, made of the same thing memories are made out of. I've spent a lot of time in the furthest ring and in these bubbles and trying to figure out how they work. So I have some ideas. But I don't think the ones who can see them even really know exactly. What matters is the specific path that you took to get here. It took you many tries, but you made it. You get the feeling that the more this is spelled out, the less sense it's going to make. Kind of kills the magic. Yes, that is probably true of most things. Instead of explaining it to you, it was easier just to rewind things and have you try again. You're almost too embarrassed to ask how many times it took you to get it right. She puts her hand on your shoulder and just shakes her head. Oh. The important thing is that you made it. I tried so many things to get you here. One time, I pretended to be a ghost. She affects a spooky tone, sort of waving her fingers around. Since accidentally entering the medium, your particular class and aspect combination have given you knowledge and foresight you shouldn't have. But here, where the connection to every version of yourself is strongest, we could do a little housekeeping. She reaches her hand out to yours. Oh, fuck, is this it? You are finally making a friend, and all it took was an infinite number of tries. You take her hand, and she smiles at you. And then, everything goes off the shits. Something flies into you. Oh fuck, was that a ghost? You could see them. Oh fuck, it has your face. There are so many of them. One by one, they slam into you. The entirety of their lives, and each of their deaths play out before you in real time. Aradia clutches your hand and begins to laugh in a way that makes you start to think maybe this wasn't a great idea, but you remember. You remember all of them. As the last doomed version of yourself is absorbed into your body, you collapse out of both physical and mental exhaustion. You are back in the dirt, back in the bone pile. You just sort of turn over and lay there for a second. Oh my god. Malik. Theseus. Boulder. Oh. Little Diamond. Okay, maybe not that guy. But there is still a gap. Why are you here? You look down at the hoodie Malik gave you. Didn't Karkat's friend say nobody has used this symbol for a long time? I'm afraid I don't know exactly. My abilities have allowed me to tidy up your timelines. That have happened in a sort of tentative canon. You roll your eyes. She ignores you and continues. So whatever happened to you outside of the narrative is beyond my capacity as a guide of the deceased. But I know a way we could find out. It is why I brought you here, to give you back your memories. God, you miss just fucking around about hot dogs. You wonder what your friends are up to now. You think, maybe you should check on them. She looks you in the eyes, and you stop rolling them for 2 seconds. Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go apeshit? You want to see this whole place break apart? Or, oh, look at the time. You were supposed to pick your punk rock alien daughter up at the mall like 100 years ago or whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this, because we don't need to see people from Hive Swap, because you guys didn't watch me play that game. So we're going to do this one instead. You want to see this whole place break apart. You think about it for a little bit. You've been gone for so long. And you can go back whenever you want, right? You gotta focus on the friends in the here and now. You know what? Yeah! Let's trash this place! You stand up and kick over a small pile of bones. Oh, my bones! Oh, oops, sorry. She kneels down next to the carnage and just stares for a little bit. Shit, she looks completely devastated. It's actually kind of hard to watch. You turn away. Ah, biscuits. This is no way to canonize a friendship with a time god. What are you thinking? You're just too damn good at kicking over small piles of shit. Curse these powerful legs. Marvis wouldn't do something like this. That guy was cool as hell. Aradia begins to laugh in a way someone less eager for friendship might describe as a cackle. Look! She has arranged the bones into an outlandish, if not slightly vulgar configuration. For once, I really am okay with this. I was just lying to you for comedic effect. It's okay, you can laugh. Try it with me, say, ha! Ha. Now say it again. Ha. There you go. I meant apeshit more in, like, the larger sense. I don't think any of them care about bones. They're a loss. If you really want to see things fall apart, I can lead you to where you need to be. You don't know who they are, and you don't give a single solitary shit. Fuck this place. Fuck whoever took your memories. Let's go absolutely buck wild in this piece. You kick up some dirt and don't even care. Aradia produces a series of abstractions from thin air, some sort of giant Ouija board. The Lin spells out sickle, but in Alternian, which you still don't understand why you can read, but you know what? Not the weirdest shit happening right now. Karkat's rambunctiously colored sickle appears midair. She hands it to you and excitedly takes your other hand. Let's go. Over the next few hours, you teleport around both Alternia and Earth, dropping a bunch of seemingly random objects in nonsense places, being careful not to be seen. You change a gift itinerary in John's dad's PDA. You sign the kids up for cell phone plans. Are you just doing chores? This really feels more like running errands than breaking anything. Trust me, they're gonna notice, and oh, I bet they're gonna be so steamed. You personally guarantee nobody in their right mind will care about any of this, but the moment the words leave your mouth, something in the distance cracks. You don't see it. You don't hear it. You feel it. You zap to the next location. You steal Vriska's lipstick, and there it is again. A crack. You almost can't believe it. This stupid plan's working. You guess the devil really is in the details. Next to you, Aradia looks absolutely thrilled. Subtle changes in the timeline can have big repercussions, but nothing like this. They usually just create a doomed offshoot, but this is a whole doomed reality. Do you know what this means? You tell her that you totally do know what it means, but just in case she doesn't know, she should explain it for herself. If you just keep up whatever it is you've been doing, this whole place is going to come down. Aradia lifts an air conditioning unit and throws it into the stratosphere with her mind. Wow, that's fucked up. She sits on the edge of the roof, overlooking the city. Thank you. This was fun. A faint crack forms in the sky. The curtains of space and time are pulled back to reveal a nothingness that does not really make you feel as whole as you had hoped. But there is still a bit for you to do. You still have a few more friends to make. But that's it? You put a crack in reality and then just go back to spending time with some teens? Yeah? Aren't you also sort of a teen? You explained that it was never really very clear, actually. Well, the answers you want are at the end of your path. The only way to find them is to get them to come to you. And they will. It'll all make sense then. You wish that that were true. You sit next to her, your legs dangling over the edge of the molding. Before your eyes, the crack in the sky appears to be sewn shut, almost as quickly as it appeared. She was right. Something is happening. The two of you sit in each other's company for what feels like both a moment and an eternity. Good end, yes. And there you go. That was Aradia's round. I think I've got one more round in me before the end here. I think I could do one more. Been about 2 hours. That's not bad. How'd you guys feel about Aradia? How do we like Aradia compared to the other trolls? What are you thinking? What are we feeling? I like Aradia. I think she's funny. Definitely, I did not care about her at all in the comics. She moved way, way up post-comics for me. Partially because I didn't really understand her character and she wasn't like in my face like a lot of the other characters, and also because, you know, I don't know, I was a shitty kid reading the comics, so I was like, I was really more interested in the louder or more upfront characters. I like her a lot more now. You hate her? Fair. I really like her growth? Yeah, same. The glow up is real. I have seen the animated... Wait. I've seen the teaser for the animated trailer. I've not watched the pilot yet, because the pilot's not out yet, so yes. My life to voice a single line of dialogue in Homestuck. Let me be Casey. Let me be... I don't care. Whoever. The Signless. Fucking Lord English. Sign me up, brother. I'll be anybody. Let me be Dirk. I'll be Dirk. Anybody. Anybody! Ah, tasty. I'll be the mayor. Even though the mayor doesn't talk. Her songs are really good. There's one that I really like that's actually, it's a fan song, I think. It's like a combination of her theme song and some sort of like fucking remix of some Doctor Who stuff. I don't know. I never watched Doctor Who. Sorry, guys. Is this your audition? No, definitely not. This would probably be a pretty bad audition. I'm not going to lie to you, but I mean, if they want to watch a whole stream, that's their business. They can. All right, who's our last route, gamers? Who do you want to do? You want to do Eridan, who's tied to Sollux? We could do Tavros, who's tied to nobody and is kind of an insufferable, obnoxious little prick. I don't really have a good lockdown voice for Terezi, so I don't want to do hers. Equius is okay, but without the context of Equius, it kind of falls a little flat. The fish girl. There's Pfeffery. I mean, my Pfeffery voice is basically just like, a bubbly girl. Very excited to be here. Nep. I don't have a good Nep voice either. Neptune's voice is weird for me because like I feel like it fluctuates a lot. The idea I feel like is like having kind of a soft, quick way to talk and maybe a very small accent. I think it was influenced by Jester from Critical Role. Honestly, I think that's where my brain put that connection somehow. Do Dirk, it would be funny. No one would understand what the fuck was going on if I did Dirk. Dirk's whole... First of all, Dirk is the last route in this for a reason, because Dirk completely fucks with the context of the game and the meta, and I'm just gonna be upfront with you, he outright, like, cuts the game in half with his shitty fucking katana at some point, and stops you playing the game and plays you for a bit. So Dirk is probably later. Do I have any plans to make the HOLOSTARS-EN boys do a Homestuck voiceover? Absolutely not. First of all, in no world would they be interested other than maybe Haka. Second of all, what a nightmare of getting everybody together to do maybe the most ambitious Holo project in history. No. Gerard is Tavros. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. Gerard is Eridan. I'm sorry. It's 1-to-1. It's so perfect. Come on. You know what? Sure, let's do Eridan's route. That's fine. Because it has Sollux in it, so it's okay. Welcome, new one, to Crimzon Rulez's Cringe Paradise. You guys will get it. As we do it. Let's do it. Gerard is Eridan's alpha ancestor dual scar. Oh, Cronus. Listen, that's a little harsh. At least Eridan has some redeeming qualities. Some. Seeing which Holostar is best fit for which person in Homestuck's voice. Okay, so personality-wise, Eridan is Gerard. Duh, that was easy. Damn, that's a little harder for Goldie. Goldie is... Equius. Without the weird fetish stuff. I'd say Flayon is Aradia. Octavio is Octavio would be a good Aradia too, actually. I think that fits better. Octavio's Aradia. I'm probably Roxy. That's tough. Not everybody maps 1-to-1 on everybody, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Damn. Sure, yes, Karkat. Easy. Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can map me onto Karkat, I guess, if you want to. That's fine. Even though I'm so much cooler and smarter and hotter and sexier and I've got a better voice and I am not angry all the time. I'm better at not being angry all the time and I don't go on long-winded rants and I'm not paranoid about friendships or letting people be close to me. And I'm just better. Anyway. Fuck, dude, I don't know about the others. I don't know. Altair maps 1-to-1 onto... man, Altair doesn't map 1-to-1 on anybody because nobody's, like, just a hero here. if Altair was stupider, he would make a really good Jake English, but he's not quite dumb enough. Haka Jake English? Haka Jake English! Sorry, Haka, I'm playing. Shit, man. Altair, slightly less goofy John, but like a little bit more aura farmy. How about that? Jesus, Axel, Gamzee. Axel, yeah, Gamzee. Axel is not Dave. I'm so sorry. Axel cannot be Dave. Not even close. Miracles, yo. Who's Bettel? Fuck, man, I don't know. Bettel. That's tough, dude. That's a tough one. Oh, Goldie would make a good Kanaya, too, actually. Shit. Oh, Shinri Kanaya. Sorry, Shinri Kanaya, you're right. Goldie Equius. Sorry. Okay, so Shinri Kanaya, Goldie Equius. Probably Flayon Nepeta. Actually, I could. You know who Altair is? Pfeffery. Boom. Pfeffery. Seems bubbly. Seems super excited. Seems super pleasant. Has a hidden darkness. Has a hidden evil in there. Bettel as Lil Cal? Maybe. Bettel Vriska? Oh my. Bettel Roxy. Bettel Roxy's not bad. Okay, who have I not done? I got Haka Bettel there. That's everybody. We did it. Yippee! Bettel as the mayor kind of fucks, actually. Wait a minute. Bettel as the mayor kind of fucks, actually. I don't know if we have anybody who would be a good Vriska. We need a lot more traumies going on through here, and a lot more fucked up and evil people. All right, let's hit Eridan. Let's get this done. Maybe? Yeah, fuck it. Bettel Gamzee truthers? How? First of all, Gamzee's like a fucking bumbling buffoon who's constantly like doped out of his goddamn mind and just says whatever is on the surface level of his thoughts. And then he has like a little berserk mode when he stopped being on his drugs. Now, while Axel does not fit that role, he does fit the very surface level thoughts thing of like just saying whatever the fuck comes to his brain immediately. No filter. What berserk mode does Bettel have? Don't you fucking... What? What berserk mode? Tell me. You tell me what that little clown can do. And don't say Phantom. That doesn't count. Phantom! No! Not he uses Phantom. Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. I didn't realize. Okay, so Phantom as Lil Cal. Have you seen him crash out at Fall Guys or League? Oh, okay, so he's Tavros is what you're saying. My bad. Looks like you're back on the beach, prowling around like you're looking for lost coins and trash with a metal detector. Except you're looking for friends and people whose lives you can make a little better with your reality warping powers. Come to think of it, maybe you should be looking for lost coins. You're not exactly made of money right now, to say the least. Also, Beto likes villains, so he would like Gamzee's darker sides. Here's the thing, I don't care what Beto likes. Beto's cool. I don't give a shit what Beto likes when I'm casting him as a character. You're right, Beto would like Gamzee's darker themes. Okay, anyway. You look up and see a fishy dude sitting sadly on the shore. Not fishy in the sense that he's suspicious, but in the sense that he literally has fins on his face. Although, he's definitely a little fishy in the other sense, too. After a few seconds, he heaves an exaggerated sigh and turns his head in your direction. It seems his brooding has been paused momentarily. Hey, you over there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The one looking around to see if there's anyone else I'm talking to when you're literally the only other person for miles. Yes, thank you for pointing to yourself. Are you that alien friend slut everyone keeps talking about? Friend slut? Wow. You tell that guy that, yes, you are the friend slut, it's you. That is basically exactly what you are. It's what you do. Slut for friends. You ask him who called you that in the first place. You're going to need to thank them for giving you such apt terminology with which to describe yourself. Was it Sollux? You'd bet a lot of money that it was Sollux. No, it wasn't fucking Sollux. God. Jeez, you really are hyperactive actua? Oh my god, that's gonna be hard. Actua little bulge munch, aren't you? No, that was something I came up with myself. After hearing everyone talk about you and shower you with praise on Trolley. I'm Eridan, by the way. I'm very rich and very important around here, and by that I mean on this planet. Wow, you should sincerely thank Eridan for his nicknaming services. Something tells you that this guy might actually kinda suck, though. God, I suck! My Moirail and my Kismasis both spontaneously realized how much of an ungrateful piece of troll garbage I am recently, and they dumped the hell out of me. Ripped my damn heart out like it was part of a grisly offering to the gods. Eridan turns a dramatic eye to the ocean. Oh, it's time for a feelings jam. Fuck yeah. You can't believe your luck in running into the one motherfucker on this planet desperate enough to just tell a complete stranger all of his troubles. It's giving you the perfect ammo. Ammo with which to pierce his heart. With, like, you know, the power of friendship or something. So I'm, like, going through a lot at the moment because honestly, at this point, I'm feeling pretty worthless. Nobody wants to deal with me or date me or hate me. Nobody's gonna put up with my unentitled way of bullshit, so what even is the point anymore? Nobody wants to be my friend. And I don't blame them. That's not true. You want to say? No, you want to scream out so loudly that the entire length of the beach reverberates with your declaration. Against all better judgment, you want to be his friend. You want to comfort this broken-hearted fish boy. There's definitely something wrong with you. Are you going to just stare at me like that? Listen, I don't do this shit for free. Open up in front of other people I would never have met. I mean, people pay good money for this shit. A good melodramatic ample wallowing from yours truly usually costs a fucking premium. Oh. What? Yeah, woe is me, etc., etc. Listen, are you gonna give me cash or what? This guy can't be fucking serious. Why is someone this rich asking you for money? Look! A guy can have hobbies, okay? Sometimes that means taking money from poor people because they saw me when I was having one of my bigger moods. You understand, right? Awesome. Please pay me for listening to my problems. You're starting to get an idea of why people might have gotten sick enough of this guy to dump him without remorse. Calmly, you let Eridan know that you are, simply put, broke as hell. Well, that ain't my problem. Tell you what. If you can't compensate me with cash, maybe we could find an alternative method of payment. Oh, God, no. No, shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about anything dirty or heinous or anything. Give me a little bit of credit. Listen, you're still messed up over theft and risk breaking my heart. And as carelessly as a poor beast knocks over a wine glass, shattering it into a million pieces. If you couldn't tell by my beach gaze, and I'm very lonely. But what I want is for you to accompany me on A little friendly outing. Oh. Is that all? Because, honestly, you would have tried to get him to do something like that without any sort of silly prompting on his part, much less actual emotional extortion. This guy might even be more desperate for friendship than you are at your worst. But you say, sure, you're absolutely down to do anything with him. No, he does not have double V's because he's a violet blood. It's because his symbol is Aquarius and it looks like two W's on top of each other, so he's a freak. Really? That's awesome. Eridan tries to crack a light smile and fails. Well, I think I'll let you decide what we should do together on a little friend date. After all, you're the expert in this, so I'll go any way you think of. You have an infinity of choices to choose from here. Hot damn, really? You haven't been this overwhelmed with choices ever. You can choose to go anywhere with this rich fish bastard? That's... Okay, maybe having infinite choices is way too much. You have to narrow it down. But you certainly have more options than usual. Or maybe you should just ask him where he wants to go? You decide you're not sure where to go. What do you think, Eridan? Stolen art museum, stay at this beach, watch a movie, teleport to Earth, head to the anime store, find a graveyard. Hard to explain, Inkling. You'll have to rely on the Ruzaders to explain. Sure, let's go to the anime store. So, that's where you will want to go. That's fine, I guess. Eridan's frown morphs into a bigger frown. It's clearly not fine for him. Listen, forget this whole thing, actually. I think that maybe we just aren't meant to be friends. Given that you couldn't anticipate my needs when you made your decision so carelessly. What the fuck? You thought he was insisting on doing something what you wanted. You were completely fine letting him... God damn it, he's leaving already before you even said anything. You stop paying attention for one freaking text box, and this is what happens. He's moping his way across the beach, away from you like a humongous tool. Ugh. Maybe it was for the best. He was giving you some soft zebra vibes, if you're being honest. For once, you don't feel much regret for leaving a guy off your friends list. Game over. I'm assuming he'll say that no matter what I say, but we could try. Nope. What about this one? Nope. What about this one? Oh, no. I already told you. I will want to go where you will want to go. God damn it. You're hoping he'd pick up on your lack of clarity on the best decision. Does he really not have anywhere in particular that he wants to go? Well, surely it doesn't matter what you pick if he's being so insistent on letting you choose. Anyway, let's go watch a movie, since he clearly would rather do that. You know what? I'm going to say this again. Ah! Gameplay loop. Okay. We're going to go watch a movie. Why does the MC talk exactly like you? I don't know, dude. I'm just reading it. What do you want me to do? Sorry. You decide. Yes. Hell yes. Hell fucking yes. You know what is up. We are totally in fucking sync. You're not sure if that's a compliment or an insult. No, I already have a movie tickets and had them for like a month and was planning on going in a few minutes from now anyways. So clearly we were destined to be friends, together as lifelong fucking pals, because you knew exactly what we were always going to do. Holy shit, what a fucking way to talk. My god. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. You're sorry. He had movie tickets this whole time? Why didn't he just say so? Oh? You know. You don't. You're a little miffed that he was just expecting you to know what he wanted the whole time, but you're not letting it get to you. Moving on, let's get this show on the fucking road. I'm calling up the airship right now, and we can take a nice little scenic route to watch the planet-renowned classic known as Shrek 2. Well, what do you say? Your eyes widen a little, and your body instinctively makes a spit take motion. You're sorry, Shrek 2? Classic? Finally, someone's speaking your fucking language. It's an unironic masterpiece that suddenly a hazy memory pops into your head of Shrek and Eridan standing side by side in a desert, surrounded by the black void of a cracked sky, and just as quickly as it pops into your head, it disappears. Falcona says, let it be said that I'll be reading the comics in your voices when the trolls come up. You're doing great with the double V's. Thank you, I'm trying my best to read it smoothly and quickly and not make it sound awkward or stilted. Oh boy, what the fuck was that? Is your mind playing tricks on you? Was Eridan smiling just then? You're not entirely sure why that stuck out to you. Also, thank you for the soup, Falcona. This vision was so out of place that, were it not for Aradia, you just start thinking none of your vague past memories were real. In fact, it almost makes you doubt that any of what you're experiencing is real. And yet, it strikes you as very familiar. Is there something else you forgot somehow? You refocus on your surroundings. Suddenly, you're on an airship deck, and Eridan's walking in front of you towards the bridge of the ship. Holy fuck, this airship is huge, you say. Also, when did you get here? You walked on it like any bipedal quadruped or septipedal alien would. What are you talking about? Sorry, Shrek was making you disassociate. Okay, fine, fucker, I'll just say it again. Welcome to the airship de Emperor. It's practically my second or third home, and basically it's fucking incredible in every way conceivable. Every conceivable way. No kidding. The airship could probably fit a few city blocks in it, buildings and all. Hell, it looks less like looks like it could fit at least 3 more conventional, less airborne ships on it. You'd probably get tired walking from end to end on the damn thing if you couldn't teleport. You and Eridan mosey on over to the dressing room of the airship. The room is filled with a surprisingly wide variety of outfits, from various capes to casual t-shirts to flarp cosplay to... Oh, that's a ton of shit in here. There's a pile of ornate sticks in the corner, too. You wonder... Don't touch the wand pile, by the way. They don't do anything. Since magic is fake as shit, after all. You resist the urge to laugh in his face. Of course magic's real. Those are all just confiscations that I confiscated from unscrupulous lower bloods. Oh, did I forget to mention that not only is this guy rich, a prick, an emotional manipulator, a little bit of a sexist, he's also a classist. And maybe a bit of a racist? Anyway. In a store with my many stacks of cash given to the owner. Definitely not something I like howling here. Right. Your eyes wander a little bit more around the room, and besides the elaborate costumes with crazy labels, angsting ensemble, really? You see a lot of really fancy dresses. They look pretty neat. You kind of want to put one on. It's about time for you to add another fan art generating attire to your wardrobe. Hell no, those dresses are mine. Wait, really? You're a little bit surprised. You knew you had a sense of fashion, but you didn't know that his fashion taste was this good. The dresses look so pristine. You ask him if he's ever put them on himself before, or if he just keeps them here to look nice. Of course I would put them on before. Just, they're private use only, you know? And before you get the wrong idea, no, I'm not, like, thinking about my gender or anything like that. When I put them on, they just feel nice and breezy and shit. I mean, let's be real. Gender's more or less a fake as hell mess that's put unnecessary restraints on people's lives anyways. It's just so arbitrary. You know what I'm saying? To nobody's practical benefit, I might add. And it's not even like there weren't trolls who were assigned differently at birth even back as long as time ago. Point is, the concept that gender is a strict binary isn't archaic. It's just flat out wrong. And I think it's honestly really kind of fucked up. Especially since people who go out and say it's a stone-set immutable fucking law are just using it as an excuse to divide people up and flaunt their superiority. There's something in Eridan's voice that makes it clear he spent a lot of time thinking about this stuff. Something about the way he's recounting it all that makes you think he didn't learn this sort of stuff to impress people or appear woke, as the kids say, or for any reason besides the subject factoring into his own personal development in some way. Maybe he isn't so bad. Hey, man. Tragic news, worst person you know has a good take. He's cooking with that take, brother. Anyways, let's talk about the hemo spectrum. Anyone lower than yellow is gutter blood trash that probably doesn't deserve the horrid life they live with. Which is why I will plan so many raids on their neighborhoods on this very airship and spent so much time sniping leagues in the air and shooting holes in the lower blood feet. That'll show them to how less satisfactory essences coursing through their veins. You immediately fall to your knees and start throwing up on the floor. Damn it, he had one good take. And then he's like, also I murder the pavos. How dare they? You quickly reassure Eridan that you didn't unceremoniously barf all over his likely priceless carpet in response to his overwhelming classist sentiments and conflicting, almost hypocritical viewpoints on different hierarchical power structures. No, you just puked your guts out for some other completely different reason. It was probably just something in the air that smelled bad. Something probably just full of shit. Yeah. Whatever you say, I guess. You decide to hit the conversational go back button and challenge Eridan on the much more interesting topic that came up. Very public as an ally if he's so fascinated with the subject of gender. Well, what are you kidding? I'm not an ally. I haven't fucking done anything. Even if I were, I don't know if you would notice from my whole quadrant situation, but people know and hate me. It's like I've been such a relentless flirt that it's become policy at some theaters and restaurants for employees to stab specifically Eridan Ampora in the hand if I annoy him. Which isn't too big a deal because violet bloods like me are pretty fucking sturdy, but I suck, and I bet half this whole planet Noah was it. To the extent that, like, if I openly supported something like the destigmatization of gender non-conformant trolls, any existing groups would hate me, and anyone outside of those would use me as an excuse to deride the seriousness of it all. And I'm not gonna be selfish about this thing in particular. Oh, you didn't really think about it all like that. Even then, surely it wouldn't be as bad as Eridan thinks, right? At this point, I'm used to being hated. Comfortable with it, Ewan. At least it means someone's thinking about me. There's a palpable loneliness in his words. Maybe this is why he's so desperate all the time. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Like Sollux. Do you know if he has the rumored and highly sought after double bulge or not? Just curious. What? Fuck it, I'll just ask him myself. Before you can say anything else to dissuade him from simultaneously being a huge creepy asshole to one of his friends and possibly unraveling one of the most unnecessary mysteries of all troll biology, Eridan whips out a palm husk and starts frantically dialing in some numbers with extreme precision. Hey, for fuck's sake, this better not be about your ex again. Didn't I tell you a million times to stop talking to me already? First of all, don't rub it in about theft piss blood. I could come to your house and put a bullet through your skull. Second of all, no. I'm not here. I'm here to ask about something else. Do you have a fucking double bulge? Wow! What the fuck? You kind of hate this conversation. When you look at Eridan, you get the feeling that despite initiating it, he kind of does too. He's pacing around frantically. I've heard the rumors, pal. First off, I'm not your pal. Second of all, what makes you think I don't have a triple bulge? Fuck off! Listen. We aren't unraveling this mystery for a couple sweeps at least. It's way too fucking funny to do that. You are way too goddamn lame. Well, why do I even talk to you? You should be fucking ecstatic that I graced you with my effervescent goddamn phone presence. You mean palm husk? Well, what the fuck, Ewa, dude? Cranky because I'm fucking irresistible, aren't you? Fuck you! Ever since the apocalypse got fucking cancelled, you turned into this completely moronic e-boy, and it's driving me out of my goddamn mind. LMAO, do you even know what an e-boy is? I bet you're just mad because you got cucked by me super hard. Well, what? Yeah, I've basically been making out with FF for the last 30 minutes now. Well, what? Hey, Sollux, who are you talking to? An entitled sub. What FF on the phone, you quadruple horn dick shitter? Oh, are you finally making fish puns? I'm definitely making some kind of pun right now, yeah. Listen, you stupid motherfucker. Next time I see you, I will kill you. Really now? Are you really murderous today, or are you just trying to get your daily negging in on me? Listen, how about we settle this whole ass mess now? I'm gonna head on over to that airship you keep driving around the neighborhood in 2 hours. Get your dumb ass over here and fight me, fuckboy. You hear a beep from the phone. Sollux hung up. Eridan's face softens from an expression of rage and anger into one of tranquility and calm. before he starts to laugh a little. Holy shit! This is a date I'm about to go on. Wow. You put a hand on his back and congratulate him? He seems as anxious as he is ecstatic at the moment. Somehow, he's completely changed his demeanor from when he was talking to Sollux. It was like he was almost playing up his awfulness. He starts mumbling to himself about what he's going to do and say to Sollux when he gets here. A lot of it sounds pretty rude, but also rather performative, like what a wrestler says when they're having fictional beef. You decide to take this opportunity to snatch a cape. Gotta update your ever-growing wardrobe. Some time passes, and you make your way to the airship deck with Eridan, who's having trouble keeping his face from cracking into a smile, or at least the closest expression you've seen him to having one. Sollux hovers in front of you, a couple dozen feet above. When you look at him, his frown contorts into something more akin to a snarl, and red and blue energy starts crackling around his eyes like lightning. Remember when I asked you to stop calling me? What? I asked you literally 40 times to stop doing that, and so many other things, and you haven't listened. So I've decided I'm gonna cut you out of my life, one way or the other. Understand? You look at Eridan. He looks a little less ecstatic than he did before. He gazes directly at Sollux above him with a worried look on his face, shifting his general stance so that he can better keep his balance. You have a feeling this was more than he bargained for. You look down to the ground and reflexively brace yourself for impact. You felt combat psionics before with Azdaja, and shit gets pretty crazy, pretty fast. It's a good thing you did, too. You hear a much louder crackle this time, and look back up at Sollux, an aura now visibly enveloping his body. He's glowing red and blue, with lightning still energizing into existence inches away from his eyes. You feel the shockwaves of his pure psionic force weighing you down, making your legs feel more like jelly every second, as if gravity itself is bowing down to Sollux. Come on now, this is this all you fucking got? Something about Eridan's feeble taunt tells you that this is absolutely more than what he bargained for. Nevertheless, he pulls out his gun and aims it right at Sollux with completely unwarranted confidence. Sollux's psychokinetic force is so overwhelming that your legs give out and you hit the deck, stomach to the air, knees to the ground, and ass in the air. Yeah, there's pretty much no way you can stop this. Sollux shoots fucking laser beams out of his eyes, and Eridan returns the favor with his own gun's laser, resulting in the most anime-ass beam struggle you've ever seen. The clash ends in a huge explosion of smoke that obscures everything from view. Defying the force of the blast, you zap into the smoke to get a better look. You're quickly met with a vast array of shurikens spinning wildly through the air in front of you, towards Eridan using the smoke as cover. Eridan blasts most of them away, but the largest lodges itself right into the barrel of his gun. As if to say, nothing personnel, jackass, Sollux appears out from behind, swiftly drop-kicking Eridan into a cannon, which seems to have been loaded with glitter. When Eridan crashes through the other side, he's collapsed, covered in scrapes and confetti. He's bleeding less than you expected. Nothing personal, jackass. By the time Eridan gets up and dislodges the shuriken from his gun, Sollux has disappeared from both of your fields of view. Where the hell did he... You hear literal tons of rock crumbling from below. You look down and see nothing. You look left, right, behind you, all around, upwards. He's above you, pointing upward, levitating some kind of humongous... Is that a fucking shopping mall? Did Sollux bring a fucking mall to a gunfight? Wait, that mall. It's that mall. The one where... In an errant timeline, Aradia pleaded with you to take her to Earth, away from this hellish planet's society, and into a world that was even the slightest bit less bleak. You lose yourself briefly in your thoughts. You couldn't help Aradia then. And now, that'd be easy to do. Fulfilling that one request is impossible yet again. It's so frustrating. You couldn't save Aradia. You couldn't save anyone. And maybe it's too late for you to do that, but maybe you've been fucking around too much today. Maybe, just maybe, there's someone you could save right now. The mall is massive, and if it collides with the ship from that high above... Oh, fuck, you have to get out of here. Gotta give you credit here, Sol. Nobody's ever tried to maul me with something so fucking big. What the fuck do you mean, maul you? What does that even mean? Maul isn't a verb. No, hold on. Okay, see, we are thinking of two different words that sound the same. Wait, I literally could not care less. Sollux flings the thankfully abandoned maul directly at Eridan with what must be an ungodly amount of psychic force, screaming his throat raw the entire time. Okay, fuck. It's now or never. You have to get off this ship now. Eridan might be durable enough to survive getting drop-kicked through solid steel with nothing more than a couple scratches, but you're fragile. You'd probably die from tripping on the stairs wrong. But even then, there's no way Eridan's getting out of this unscathed. Maybe you have time to save him. What should you do? Get in there and save Eridan, or it's too dangerous. Get off the ship without him. Yeah, let's ditch him. Fuck it, he'll be fine. If there's anything he needs help with right now, it's something a little bit deeper in his soul than the fact that he's being attacked by a building. You try to think of somewhere to zap, anywhere. While you do this, you notice Eridan fire a blast towards the ship from his gun, propelling himself away from the center of impact. You, meanwhile, just need to get out of here as fast as your mind can take you. So you close your eyes, zap away, and feel your surroundings change. You find yourself in a wasteland. There's a ton of smoke in the distance, coming from what must be the site of the airship's crash. You take solace in the fact that Sollux was cognizant enough of his surroundings that he chose not to send the ship crashing into a city full of people because of beef he had with one dude. After a bit of walking, you see the source of the smoke in the distance. The wreckage is astounding. There's sharp metal fragments and concrete pointing out in all directions. Standing in front of it all is Sollux. You frantically zap your way towards him and ask if he and Eridan are all right. Well, that'll show a guy not to ask people about the shape of their bulge. Yeah, we're both fine. He's not dead. Oh, thank God. For the record, I haven't actually made out with FF or anything. It was just to rile him up. You asked Sollux what Eridan did to him that was so bad he wanted to kill him. Okay, first of all, definitely didn't want to kill him. Way too much of a hassle. I would know if he was about to die anyways. Second of all, this asswipe calls me at ass crack o'clock and either spouts some high blood superiority garbage he doesn't even believe or complains about his love life. Basically every fucking day? So what he's saying is that throwing a maul at Eridan was just meant to send a message. Pretty much. You know, not long ago he actually tried to pay me lots of money to wiretap FF just to see if he ever talked about him. Ooh, jeez. Yikes. Naturally, I took the money and didn't do that at all. Massive waste of time and energy. Not to mention skeevy as fuck. I actually told her about that because it was kind of hilariously pathetic. It's how we got to talking in the first place. But enough about me. Why do you even care about this guy? I get your whole friend sick or whatever, but he's not your responsibility nor mine. Maybe Sollux is right. Maybe it's not your job as a friend to make Eridan feel better, or fix his problems, or set him on the right track. That's probably why why everyone gets sick of him. But like, you're supposed to do something here. For everyone. You can feel it. Like you're supposed to smear your huge ass all over Destiny and say, eat my ass, Destiny. All these kids will get the chance at good lives. LMAO. You sure this isn't just some kind of hero complex? Maybe. Probably. You just wish Eridan could be a little bit less of a tool bag. Is that too much to ask? Well, I guess you can do whatever you want. I won't stop you. But he doesn't deserve this, you know? Maybe not. But this doesn't change what you're going to try and do. You've got a lot to say to Eridan. You wave Sollux goodbye and make your way around the field of rubble. It only takes you a few minutes to find Eridan sitting on some rocks. Ugh! Fucking... That hurt like hell! He's alive! Of course I'm alive! You think I'd die just because I got a building thrown at me? Actually, if I didn't blast myself out of the way, I'd probably have been buried under a lot more rubble. Probably wouldn't have been able to dig myself out. Sollux probably would have done that, but if he went this far to kill me, I really doubt he'd do that willingly. There's no way he hates me in a way that'd lead to a decent collisionist relationship. I was actually pretty close to biting the dust here, huh? Hey. Do you ever think to yourself that you have all the power you could ever want or need and every whim catered to with ease? And that even despite all that all that, your happy moments are fake as magic is? Maybe even more fake? There's no way I'm not doing something wrong here. After all this, I can only wonder what you think of me. I'm just a scumbag who keeps setting himself up to fail, right? You ask Eridan if he wants the truth, wondering aloud if he can even handle it. Listen, I'm not gonna be in any more pain than I'm in right now, having been dumped 3 consecutive times. And also getting crushed under several tons of concrete too, I guess. I can handle the fucking truth, so just give it to me. In front of you, you see an absolutely hopeless moron who's achieved their station in life through no work of their own, and who's placed all of his stock into social lies. He's cherry-picked the ones that have worked for him and rejected all of the others. But what has that done for him, really? Absolutely nothing. Believing this society has only ever hurt him. Maybe not in the same way it's hurt your other friends, but not even trolls on the top of the heap are immune to Alternia's brand of poison. He's a 6 sweeps old kid who's ultimately just scared, lonely, and confused. Someone who doesn't have to be hopeless. Someone who can violently burn away all his failings and rise from the ashes like a phoenix who decided, maybe this next life, let's not be so fucking racist all the time. So you tell Eridan to get up from his throne of wreckage on his sunken ship and start making his way to some pit stops of self-betterment before more people take grievance with him the same way Sollux has. Then maybe he could tear down all the false hope that comforted him throughout the sweeps. Damn, Okay, not that this isn't surprisingly deep-cutting and helpful wisery reflection, but like, there's no way I'm gonna remember all this. You gotta at least write this down or something. Don't worry, this is a text-based game. There's definitely gonna be transcripts available online in a matter of hours. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna have to ruminate on all this for a while, but I think I'm tired of being and feeling so awful all the time. I just don't know where to even begin with myself. And I think that you might be asking a lot of me here. A lot more than you think. Life never stops asking a lot from you. Fair point. It's definitely going to be a long process. There's pretty much no way you could force feed the guy a redemption arc in the span of today. Hell, you'd be surprised if he didn't still suck a year from now. But even the shittiest kids can change a lot, with a good push in the right direction. Hey, thanks for sticking by me. Even if only for today. Of course, you tell Eridan. What else are friends for? And besides, your day with him isn't over. But wait, what do you mean by that? After all this, you want to still spend time with me? Absolutely. You take Eridan's hand and pull him up to his feet. After all, you two have a movie to watch. This is my swabawomp. Victory! Wow, we did it. We maybe helped him be a little bit less of a rampaging piece of shit. Maybe. A little bit. A little bit. He's still got a fuck ton of problems, and he's still just kind of categorically a terrible person. But that's all right. He's gonna figure it out. That's right. It's hard being a kid growing up. It's hard and nobody really understands. One day he might be less of a piece of shit, but we'll see. And that's Eridan's whole arc. I mean, we missed some of the bad ends, but that's okay. You can do that on your own. Play it for yourself. Six-year-old me would have eaten this up. Fair. Do you think actually having friends can maybe push him in the right direction? I don't know. Sure hope so. I hope so. I hope he does a little bit of self-reflecting. The problem is that he exhibits the traits of somebody who probably has trouble self-reflecting, and that he exhibits traits of somebody who probably thinks pretty highly of themselves, and that makes it hard to give them advice. But who knows? Anybody can change one day. 30-year-old me is eating this shit up. Let's go. That's probably going to be it for me for today, gamers. That has been PESTERQUEST. It is a very fun game. I would recommend it to you if you give a shit at all about branching narratives or time shit or AUs or alternate realities. I would say, though, if you were going to play this game, first, If you have the stomach for it and if you've got the free time, read the webcomic. It's worth it to get the characters in their rawest form before you gain empathy from them or for them. Because Eridan in the webcomic is kind of fucking awful all the time because he doesn't have a chance to have this redemption arc. And I think you should consume the character as he is presented outright first in his like true air quotes, heavy air quotes form before you like project what he could have been onto him. Also, I think that it helps contextualize the characters in this game to understand how they are presented in the webcomic because it is very different and you get a lot more of their public-facing masking than you do in this game. In this game, you see through the charade a lot and who they truly are as people and what they're truly afraid of or sad about or struggling with, where in the webcomic, you get to deal with them in their public face way longer. Like Dave is kind of a posturing, kind of homophobic tool bag for a long, long time. And you think of him that way for a long time. He's funny, true. He's also kind of a douche. And it's important that you look at him that way to understand his growth as he gets better. After you read the webcomic, I would say play Hive Swap Friend Sim before this because you get a lot of really fun characters. You get a better look into troll society as an alien culture, and you get a better look at the narrator, who is their own character. MC is a character who has their own like narrative arc and story, and actually has a class spec, which is cool. Susu, thank you for the gifted chip. Iwashi, thank you for the soup. And then play this. So there you go. Yeah, people really wanted to fix Eridan. They also really wanted to fix Dave. A lot of people wanted Dave to be better than he was and projected him being a better person than he was. And I'm not going to lie, early Dave is not a good person. Like, he's not a bad person. He cares about his friends. He's got traits that are very heroic and brave. He's competent. He's well-rounded. But he's also, you know, constantly putting on a face and a mask. He's pretending to be somebody he's not. He's homophobic. He's a little bit racist, frankly. He's got a lot of problems, and I think understanding those problems and internalizing them first is a big step to understanding him as a character before you see his journey. Because if he started out perfect, like a lot of people like to try to write him, he has no growth. He has no journey. He is just already a good guy, and that is not who he is as a character. His character is a character that shows growth. Honestly, all of them, frankly. I do genuinely think Homestuck is an incredible story in looking at people growing up. And I don't just mean kids. Like, yes, it is a story about kids growing up and learning to be adults. But it is just a good, well-written story that anybody could take good examples from and how to write a character truly growing and changing over time. I think many, many stories struggle with this, even with adults. And adults are constantly growing too. Believe it or not, a lot of adults have a lot of growing up to do. And they will hopefully do that one day, or they'll suffer in stagnation until they die as they began. And I hope they don't do that, but you never know. The point is, Homestuck's well written as far as like character arcs go, and I think you would benefit from reading it if you have any interest in writing characters that change over time. I feel that, Ronald Reagan Hater 69. On a personal level, I feel that. But that's not for getting into right now. So yeah, go read Homestuck. If you think you can get through some of the slower parts, and if you think you can get through some of the like more meta jokes, it's genuinely worth it. And the dialogue is so well written most of the time. Some of it's pretty well written. It is very indicative of the era. It is very, very indicative of that like 2006, 2008 growing up on the internet, like kind of vernacular, but also just the type of jokes they make and like how like friendly and like forward they could be with each other while also being very reserved about being like vulnerable. How many pages are there? 8,000 plus. It's very long. There's a lot of words. Like, very long. Yeah, that's probably worth it a rub. I would say it's still a visual medium. You're gonna want to watch the videos if you do listen to a voice acted version. There's a lot of voice acted versions on YouTube you can watch. it's worth watching as well as listening. 8,130. There you go. I probably also need to reread it. I think I would have a massive appreciation for characters I didn't care for on my first read through, because I've only ever read it fully through once. I read a good chunk of it again a few years back, and I liked it, and a lot of the characters stood out to me more than they had in the first place. Like, I wound up liking Aradia a lot more, and I think with the added context I have around Dirk and the Alpha Kids, I'd probably like them more too, because I definitely felt like that part was a slog. I was really struggling to pay attention during those parts, and I had to reread them a couple times just to get through it. I just did not give a fuck about the Alpha Kids. And I ended up genuinely disliking Jake and fucking... Honestly, I just liked Jane, Jake, and fucking Dirk quite a bit. I thought Roxy was okay. I'm back in the fucking building! Good. And now you're in this building for a year and a half, Mikuru. Thanks. Good luck on Act 4. I'll probably go back and reread it in my free time at some point. Or you know what? Hell, maybe... one like equals 1 page of Homestuck I'll read. That's not true, but that's funny. All right, that's going to be it for me for today, though. Do I have a VOD question for you? What would you want your class spec to be in Homestuck? How about that? I don't know if I've asked that one yet. What would you want your class spec to be? Your class spec is your class and aspect within the video game that Homestuck takes place in. So if you don't know what that is, just go Google it or do the test. That's fun. Tell me that. That's fine. I believe I got Knight of Doom last time I did it, which is probably a really bad roll that ends up dying very early. Doom players usually do not have a good time. Sollux being one of the Doom players. Haha. Edgy indeed. Now, to be fair, the last time I took the quiz, I was clinically depressed and much younger. I'm sure it would change now. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm not still, but I've got pretty good at coping. Okay, anyway, I got to get out of here before we get to real talk time. Can't do that. Okay, bye. That's the VOD question. What would your class spec be? Bye-bye. See you later. Have fun. Oh, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Tainted Grail! Woo! Let's go, baby! Yeah! 500-hour stream incoming! I hope you caught up on the 18 hours of the last VODs. Bye!